Attention, brave viewers. This video features adults immersed in a spine-chilling horror RPG experience. The content likely includes supernatural elements, horror-related events, and potentially scenes of violence. Viewer discretion is advised. Enjoy. Howdy, friends and floorheads. Welcome to the new most popular stream on the channel over the last 28 days. Episode 1, Beat Out Forbidden Lands and Mothership. We are back. Episode 3. We have been very anxious to play. Okay, good. I appreciate it, Brian. I say we get started. Now, when we left, you guys did me the beautiful favor of splitting the party. In the girls' cabin, we have Jamal, who had been bitten by this rat beast mutant thing, and now around that wound is starting to turn like a black ashen color and starting to like vein out. Tony was kind and got him nice and high to help with the pain, but we have yet to be able to really, take care of the wound itself. Now, mechanically, Jamal is going to have to succeed a grit 3 win here, that's a lot of grit to roll. But with medical assistance at the same time, we can lower that CR for that. So we haven't lost Jamal yet, but he's seen better days. He's in that girl's cabin with Jeffrey. Outside, we have Scooter and Tony. Now, Scooter had heard whispers in the trees and decided, let's go get our stuff. But I want to go check out this humming that I heard coming from the trees. Tony decided to go with him. So Scooter and Tony went out there. Scooter, you were looking up into the woods and trying to see if you could just see where the hell that came from. Because when you looked over there initially, there was movement about 15 feet up in the trees that made you think that there was, somebody or something up there causing the humming. And the humming was interactive, right? It would hum and you mimicked it and it hummed back. The two of you walked out there. And while Scooter was looking up, Tony, you were looking down, maybe trying to find some mushrooms while you're out there. And you found a little primitive totem that was very similar to the totems that were found in the girls' cabin. This one, though, was a little bit more elaborate. It was made of pine straw, mud, branches, little twigs, and the mud was packed around the midsection, making it look like a heavier person than the ones that were in the cabin. And oddly, someone or something that made this had found a scrap piece of yellow material and had fashioned it into a very rough like shirt that had put on this totem. And I think we should start this session off with a fear check from Tony. So Tony, you're on one knee, you look down at this thing, and the ones in the cabin were kind of freaky, but the one that looks like Scoot, that's even freakier. So we're going to do a fear check. That's a strange roll.
Okay.
So you succeed. You've also picked up a luck. So if you want to bank that luck, you can.
Okay.
How is Tony not freaked out by this, or at least enough to react to it?
Well, first of all, Tony's seen a six-legged raccoon. Um, I think I'm not as freaked out about it because there was like another set of totems in our cabin,
Mhm.
and in Tony's head, somebody has been sneaking in here and playing games and stuff. I'm not all that freaked out about it,
Scooter, you're
and it
looking up.
looks like
Oh,
Scooter and not me. So
okay. Scooter, you stop looking up and you look down. You see that Tony is on one knee, but you can't see what he's looking at.
Tony, what you got?
I pick it up. Look at this. Who's that look like?
This one's a little overweight.
Yeah, and it's got
Ugh.
an orange jacket on it. And I kind of hold it up by Scooter's face. See any resemblance?
Are you freaking serious? I grab it out of his hand and I start looking at it and examining it and trying to process what the hell I'm seeing.
So, if you were any other archetype but the weird, I'd make you do a fear check, but I'm not going to have you do a fear check at this point. But I do want a smarts roll from you, Scooter, as you're kind of checking this thing out.
Righty.
By the way, off camera, we did very nice. That's a failure with a strange. Thank you for the tick on the clock, sir.
Or
Off camera, we leveled everybody up. So everybody now is level 2, which means they've each picked up a second trait, tier 2 trait for each of their archetypes. So Scooter, you're trying to look it together. It looks very, very similar. It may be fair to say it's probably the same maker as the previous person. Let's cut into the cabin. Jamal is still pretty high, thanks to Tony. What is Jeffrey doing?
Last thing Jeffrey was doing was he was looking at the blaze and seeing if Jenkins was, hanging around there, just staring at the fire or whatever. So I keep looking back at Jamal staring at his black arm. I don't know what to do with that. I'm kind of hoping it just kind of goes away. But I don't trust Jenkins at all. Like I got a problem with this, and I want to make sure he's not like eavesdropping in the window, or I just want to make sure he's out there by the blaze.
So to make it clear, you're still in the cabin, kind of looking out to the boarded up
Correct,
window.
out the windows. Yeah. I'm just
you can see that barn burning. You can see Jenkins is mesmerized by it. He's just standing there holding his gun and just kind of looking up and just kind of, man, oh man, that's burning. And you can hear the fire. You don't hear the outside nearly as clearly as if you were outside, but that low din of the noises, the birds, the insects, the leaves and the trees rubbing up against each other. While you're there, Jamal is kind of in and out, and something catches your ear. And it can only be described as like a, hard to say, like maybe a song or humming sound. It seems to be, it's coming from outside the cabin. It's kind of hard to place it. And it sounds ethereal, but maybe it's a child.
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna think it's Tony and Scooter, because Tony's high. I'm frustrated with him about that, regardless, because we need to think straight to survive. And so I'll open the door. I'm thinking they're back already.
So you open the door. You see Jenkins off to your left. You really can't see Tony and Scooter. They've kind of gone around the corner around the other cabins. So you're looking out and you're not really seeing anybody in front of you. But at your feet is a mason jar, a glass mason jar with kind of a rusted top on it. And it seems to have some sort of greenish clear liquid in it.
So this is like right in front of the door. I know this wasn't here before.
Correct.
And again, I look around. I'm like, Tony, is this? And I'm thinking it's like something he collected. Maybe he thinks he can get high off the pond scum. Like, I have no idea. I pick it up. It's a green mason jar. It's
Yeah, you
nothing
pick
dangerous.
it up, and the mason jar is really old. The glass is clouded, but you can see the liquid in it, and it seems to have settled a little bit. So when you pick it up, it kind of shakes a little bit, and you kind of look at it, and there's a sediment in there. Looks like maybe like ground up leaves or some sort of herbs or something are in there. It's really hard to tell. A little bit leaks through the cap onto your finger. Doesn't burn you or anything.
I yell out. I'm like, Tony, I'm not your maid. And
You
I
guys
just
hear
bring
that.
it in. Yeah, and I just put it on the floor. So they hear that through the okay. They're not that far. I just look at it, I put it back down. I don't want to touch this. I might get contact high from this thing. Like I have no idea what this guy's into. So
What's Jeffrey yelling about now?
He probably found a bug or something in the cabin. I don't know. He gets squirmy real quick.
You know, Scooter, I almost forgot because, you know, chemicals. But when I was in the barn and I was going back to start the fire, you know those rats that I killed?
I guess, yeah.
There was like, it was like the ground was kind of coming up over them. It was like these little veins, little tendrils coming up the dead rats. That's not normal, is it?
Nah, but that could be the AM wake up that we had there at the canteen. Just
Yeah.
not uncommon to see stuff.
Yeah.
But no, that doesn't sound normal. But then again, that whole event was a blur to me, so
yeah.
still
You got
trying
to
to piece
teach me
that
how
together.
to flash rats dead because that was pretty cool. I'd like to learn how to do that sometime.
Scooter he doesn't acknowledge it. He just just doesn't register what is being said.
So, should we take that thing and that little doll and show Jeffrey?
Yeah. Oh, I'm keeping this, by the way. This is interesting. Yeah, let's go show the guys.
Okay.
So Scooter and Tony, you turn to, you're going to go show that. And as you turn your back and start to walk away from this tree, I'll be damned, man. You hear that humming sound again, Scooter. And it's coming not from above you. It seems farther back in the woods now. And Tony, you hear it as well. And it's this ethereal humming, almost like a singing.
Do you hear that?
Yeah. Oh my God, yes. This is what I was talking about. There's something out here. I don't think we're out here alone.
I don't think so either. Hey, is there anybody there? Sorry.
And when you yell, it pauses. And then there's some silence. And then it starts again. And both of you would figure, maybe 15, 20 feet back, maybe.
sensing that close, I'm definitely going to take a few steps, at least past the tree, to kind of, hello?
Yeah, I'd like to start walking toward the woods.
And you start walking, and it's starting to get pretty thick, right? Like first you're able to kind of walk in there to get to this tree where you were, but now it's a matter of kind of moving some weeds and some branches and stuff, and you're starting to look back, and yeah, you can still see things, but you're starting to work your way. I don't know if you realize just how dense this woods are. And two things happen at once. The singing stops. When it stops, you say to yourself, because you can hear the birds still, right? You can still hear the forest in your ears. But when the singing stopped, you wondered, was I hearing that? Like with my ears? It almost like leaves a bit of an echo in your head. The second thing when that stops is, Tony, your feet go from dry ground to just a sludge. You look down, and it's almost as if someone took like unhardened road tar and just poured it onto this part of the ground. And where this pile of sludge is, around the edges, there is no grass. It's all brown and wilted and dead. And that's weird. And it reminds you of what you saw in the barn when you ran back there. Before you saw this stuff kind of surrounding and seemed to be moving upwards onto the carcasses of these rats. But here it's in a pile, and you're pretty sure you see 4 fingers, a thumb, as if something, yeah, that's a hand that's covered in this sludge. And as you step back, you realize this looks like the sludge is covering somebody. Poor Tony, I need another fear check.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Hey, Scooter!
One from Scooter as well. Let me get a quick fear check. Tony's nailing it. Picking up all the luck too.
2 luck.
Yeah.
How do I roll the fear check again? I'm sorry, guys.
Just click on the strange icon. So go to that first tab where it's got all your attributes. Click on the strange icon. 2 successes, 2 strange, and a luck. So you can bank that luck if you want, Scooter. The hand's not moving. It's maybe like mid forearm up above the sludge, kind of like in this gesture, and this thick molasses consistency tar just is dripping from it. Hey, Codename, real quick, for I see you mentioned the dice. Yeah, this system does use funky dice. There's a 6-sided die. There are 6 attributes that they can roll. Every die has 1 attribute on it. So in this case, they were rolling for strange, which is one of the sides of it. They had a CR1 to succeed the fear check. So both of them rolled at least 1 strange. So that gave them a success.
Scooter, I might be more high than I thought. Do you see that? Do you see the hand?
Tony, we got to get the guys. We gotta bring them over here. What the hell is this thing moving out of the sludge at all, or it's just stagnant there? Tony, we gotta get the guys and show them this. This is crazy.
Yeah.
Start pulling through this forest of crap that we're in.
You
Try
guys
to go
get
back to the camp.
back out there. You see the burning barn. You see the now silhouette because the barn is so bright from the fire. The fire is now extended beyond down off of just the roof, and now about the entire second half of the barn is lit now. Jenkins is not acknowledging anything other than being mesmerized by this burning building. You head back towards the girls' cabin. The door is closed, and both of you see this mason jar that I described at the foot of the door.
I would like to use one of my new skills or new traits if I could on
Sure,
that mason
what's it?
jar.
tell-
So my skill is idiot savant. I defy all reason by having some pockets of intensely random knowledge when needed. When making a smarts check, can reroll any lucks and
All right, so I haven't called for a smarts check. Are we going to pick up and look at this thing?
yeah, see if I can recognize it because I had a mountain granny who taught me a lot about herbs.
Yeah, you pick this thing up and you smell it. Let's get that smarts check and let's keep track. If you roll, you get to re-roll your hearts. Is that right?
Luck, I believe.
Oh, that's right. You get to re-roll your lucks. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're looking for smart symbols. So we're looking for yellow brain icons.
Oh.
We got neither. And we got another strange. So on a failed roll, when you roll a strange, it ticks my doom clock. So we are now 2 minutes away from quarter past. For those of you watching, this doom clock keeps ticking. And when it gets to quarter past, something bad's going to happen. When it gets to half past, something worse is going to happen. When it gets to quarter of, something really bad has happened. And let's hope these gents have succeeded before it gets to midnight. So, Tony, you're looking at it and you're smelling it, and it's not like anything that you've smelled before. There's a hint of alcohol, right? But it's not something strong like a moonshine, right? You smelled that before. Your granny make that as well. It does smell medicinal, but you can't tell what the hell it is.
Since I just saw what I thought was a body, I just picked that up out of curiosity. Jeffrey.
I'm right by the door, so I just swing it open.
There's a body. There's a body in the woods. There's a body in the woods.
There's a body in the woods.
There's a body in the woods. And
you drinking that stuff? Are you drinking that stuff? And I look over.
No.
I look over at Scooter. I'm like, is he okay?
There's a body in the woods, guys. There's a body in the woods.
Like a guy walking around in the woods? Or like a body?
Like an arm sticking up. It tried to grab me.
I didn't see it move, but okay.
I did. It moved. I saw it. Yeah, the hands went like this.
Oh my god!
I'm ignoring them. I think they're just out of their minds high. And I go over to Jamal.
Jamal.
Yeah. I go over to Jamal.
Listen, I'm a little high right now, and my arm really hurts.
I look at his arm. Like, what do I?
I'm sure you said you saw a body out there, and y'all want to take us back out there to go look at the body.
I didn't say that.
Okay,
Jamal,
all right. I'm just making sure because
Jamal, real quick.
I might have implied it.
How are you feeling, man?
Okay.
Are you okay? And I'm looking at the guys, and I'm like pointing.
I'm in
to
no
his
condition
arm.
right now. Even if I wasn't on this super cush thing that Tony gave me, I'm feeling pretty weak right now, and I just want to lay here. Hey, listen, I know I'm the optimist here, but if I don't make it, I mean, my arm's pretty bad right now.
Jamal,
There's
you'll be
some
fine.
stuff in my
You'll
backpack.
be fine.
Can you make sure my parents and my sister get it? I'm just I'm really scared right now. I'm really scared.
Jeffrey, smell this. Does it smell like medicine to you?
maybe. I
You
mean,
give me-
is it
give me a
like
quick
Vicks Vapor Rub?
Yeah, give me a quick smarts check, Jeffrey. And as we're doing that, you guys are looking at Jamal, and you know an hour's passed since this bite has happened. And Jamal, go ahead and mark another damage for me. And it's spreading. So now, what before it was like the size of a quarter around that bite wound, and now it's like the size of a tennis ball diameter, and it's just veiny, ashen thing. It's not bleeding or anything.
I'm going to use my luck point that I had left over from last time because.
Okay. Okay, you did get a luck, so you can reimburse yourself that.
But guess what happens?
Yeah. Oh,
because I'm a cocky dick.
Oh, can we read that ability, cocky?
Cocky. When I tick the doom clock, I add 1 additional minute for each strange roll.
I think we lost Lou on the video.
I've got him. So do a
Yep.
quick refresh, Jamal. That happens sometimes.
Yeah.
So can I say something before we get to the? Can I just be like, Tony? I don't know, but like, is it gonna make it worse? I mean, I'm about to rub mud or dirt on this. I don't know what to do.
I don't know. It's kind of weird. I mean, it just appeared, right?
Dude, you've had to had worse smelling things make you feel better, right?
Yeah.
Maybe Ranger Doofus is a savant when it comes to medicine.
Tony,
maybe he put it there.
Tony, where'd you find this?
It was out front of the cabin.
You didn't leave it out front of the door?
No.
And Scooter, you didn't? This isn't yours?
No. I was out looking at a hand sticking out of the ground.
Scooter, should we show? You got something to show Jeffrey?
Dude. This jar slime wasn't here. What the hell is that? You took one of those things? And I look over to the other ones that are on the floor.
No, this one, Tony says it looks like me. It may or may not, but don't be like that, Jeffrey.
Did you make that?
I know what you're thinking. No,
dude, it's not funny. It's not. It's really not funny. Like, it's really not, dude. What are we doing? You found
I don't know.
You guys are messing with my buzz. You're freaking me out.
I'm going to go and grab the other 4 guys that were on the ground over in the corner, the other stick figure guys, and see if there's any resemblance to the others in the room and Ranger Joe Schmo outside.
And you guys are super focused on the situation. And Scooter, you start heading back and you feel water. And you look up and now you all hear it. It's starting to rain. You can hear it hitting the roof. You kind of look out through the one window that isn't broken, that's right by that little play set of totems that you saw, and you see that it's started to rain outside. So yeah, Scooter, you get over there and you look at your little thing here, and you look at the ones that are down there, and there's no doubt in your mind that whoever made the one in your hand made the ones that are on the floor there.
Is there any resemblance of any of the totems being any of our other members of our party?
Not like this, right? So to remind everybody, you had 2 totems that were adult size, I guess, that were laying on their back. And then they were surrounded by 4 standing little totems. One was obviously considerably smaller than the one than you're holding. And then there was a really large one that was at least a head taller than any of the other ones. There was one that had obviously very long hair made out of pine straw. And then there was another one that's about the size of your Scooter, and it was holding a twig like a weapon.
I bring them away from Jamal for a second. I'm like, are you guys straight right now? Like, can we? All this stuff is serious. There's a body, like a dead body, outside in the woods. There's a jar of slime, and you didn't put it there.
We didn't put it.
Jeffrey, when I told Scooter, but when I went in to start the fire in the barn, the dead rats, they had this mud stuff kind of creeping up, almost like tendrils, like it was kind of grabbing them.
Dude, why would
And
you
at the
not say
time, I
anything
didn't
about
think
that?
about it because
Why
we
would you not
started
say
the
anything
fire.
about
And
that?
well, because I had to rescue
Dude,
Jamal.
is he turning into like? Look at his arm. I don't know what gangrene looks like. Do you guys know?
I don't know either. But what should we do with this stuff? Should we smear it on it? I don't know.
Where did it?
I don't know where it came from.
God. Oh my god.
He's gonna die. We got to do something.
I'm freaked out right now. This is not in my repertoire of things that I can deal with. I don't know. Sure, Tony, why not? It's not going to hurt him, right? It's not going to hurt him. I don't know where it came from.
It's not the worst idea we've ever had.
Maybe it's from the weirdo making these dolls. I have no idea. You think that was a present? Scooter, do you think that was a present to you?
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't know. I hear singing and whatever, and then I find this.
Dude, I don't know, Tony. I would just do it if that's your gut and you think so.
Yeah.
I don't know if we have anything sharp enough to cut his arm off.
I pull out the kitchen knife. I go, I technically do, but I don't want to use it for that.
And then I look over at the chainsaw. That I left on the floor, and I'm like,
I can hear you, guys.
Jamal,
I'm high. I'm not dead.
Jamal, it's just a figure of speech. Like I don't,
no one's cutting arms off today.
We're not.
I mean,
we're not.
I just need to rest. I just need to rest.
Jamal, here. I've got some granny medicine. Do you mind if I smear it on your arm?
What? When'd you make that?
I look at Jeffrey.
The pond scum.
Yeah.
Stuff.
It takes out poison.
It's like antibiotics. But
yeah,
we found some mushrooms on some trees. It was weird.
It doesn't look like Vicks Vapor Rub.
Don't
it
smell
looks like something. It looks more like you kind of drink this. It's not thick.
Dude, he's losing
okay,
his mind.
It's not the worst idea if he wants to do that.
Here,
everything
Jamal,
is the worst idea right now. Everything.
I helped Jamal sit up a little bit, and can you hold the glass?
Yeah. I think I can. Yeah, just not in this arm. But I can't feel my arm.
Guys, we got to do something.
I look at his arm and I get nauseous. I like turn around. I'm like,
yeah, and not only that, Jeffrey, but you're starting to pick up a smell. Like hamburger meat that was left in the back of the fridge type smell.
Oh my goodness.
Come on, drink it really fast. Hold your nose.
Someone has to hold my nose. I can't hold my nose and the glass.
Has someone opened the jar yet?
I would imagine I opened it to hand it to.
And Tony, the smell burns the inside of your nostrils, like the hair inside of your nostrils, like someone stuffed wasabi up your nose. It's just it just fills your entire nasal cavity.
I think when that happens, I probably dip my finger just the tip in and taste it. I've tasted worse.
Yeah, you dip your finger in it, and it's wet and it's a little viscous, right? And you, like it's like this herby alcohol, like
it's gin,
like taste.
It's bad gin.
Okay, here, drink up. It's got to be better than our toilet bowl wine. It's got to be better than that.
I look over my shoulder and I think he's going to kill him. I think he's going to make him drink this thing. He's going to kill him. And I just told him, I'm like, just walk over.
Just go ahead. I'm at that desperation point, and I just chug it.
Chugging is going to be tough.
Okay.
But yeah, you do your best. I'm going to need a grit check.
Grit check.
I don't know what we're doing.
I
This
think
is
we just
insane.
killed
This is
Jamal.
insane.
They're drinking stuff
Insane.
in a mason jar
This
that
is
was left on the
insane.
front porch in the forest.
It's got to
Yeah.
be good, right?
Do we all have backup? Kevin?
Oh.
Oh,
God,
oh.
it's my
What is
best
up
trait.
with you with grit? What is
It's
up
my
with
best
you?
trait.
Unbelievable. So yeah, okay.
God,
Hey,
Let me
it
take
might
care
have
of the
saved
doom
him if he
clock
can't
real
drink it.
first. That is gonna
God
take us
bless
3 more
America.
minutes on the doom clock because there's 3 strange rolled. You could not feel your arm, and you have been pretty high, and it's fire. It's fire that burns your tongue, and you can feel it just like swallowing, just going down. You feel every inch as it comes past. You can feel it go past your lungs, and the vapor from it just kind of fills your lungs and stings your lungs. You can feel it going down your esophagus and reaching your stomach. Go ahead and take 4 damage for me. I think that gets you to weekend. Is that right? To
I
fill up
think
your
so.
weekend bar.
I think so.
how many did he have
It gets me
already?
to limping, actually.
Right, but it fills weekend, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So that means, let's take a look real quick. So weekend means that your challenge rating decreases by 1 to a minimum of 1. That's not what a weekend is. Hold
Every
on.
skill is -1.
Yeah,
right?
that's what it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
every
Yeah, that
every skill
hurts.
roll while until you can heal back to your less than 4 damage,
Yeah.
every skill roll is going to be at a -1 skill die.
Okay.
But
He's killing
you
him.
can feel your arm, which you couldn't before. Like now you can like grip your hand, and it doesn't hurt. Your arm doesn't hurt.
I think it's working. Tony, you're I don't know how you did this, but you're a genius. You're a genius. And I just roll over and go to sleep.
Hey,
Thank you, Tony.
yeah, man, anytime. I go out the cabin. I don't know if you guys follow, but I go out of the cabin and go back to where the tree was.
And the rain is just pelting you on the top, and now all the dry ground is completely absorbing and soaking up, and you've just got this mud under your feet. Am I the only one that lost
Yeah, I
Lou?
lost
No,
Lou
we-
as
Yeah, I
well.
lost it,
Okay,
yeah.
he'll be back. All right, so Tony, you're heading back out.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
I would go with you, Tony, based off of what we saw. Tony, where are you going? I'm just going to follow. I'm sure you're ahead of me, but
yeah, I don't really pay much attention to you, but one of the things that my granny always taught me was that you thank nature for all of its benefits. And so I don't know what's going on out here, but I stand at the tree and thank you. You saved our friend. We appreciate it. What do you want from us?
Kind of stand
I
there.
don't expect to hear anything, but
You can hear the humming. You can hear the singing. Deeper than when you heard it the second time. And it lasts for maybe 10 seconds. And then just kind of fades off. But you would swear you saw some type of movement. Something going across your field of vision in the corner of your eye as that humming and singing fades away.
holy crap. Did you see that? Scooter.
You saw it, Scoot.
I'm out of breath, and because I came running after you. Yeah. Did you out there? Did you saw this stuff moving, right?
Yeah.
That's where I saw up this tree.
Okay.
Do you think we're not alone out here? We can't be alone.
I don't know. I mean, I'm stoned, but I'm not that stoned, am I?
I grabbed the harpoon gun that I stashed next to the cot.
And
And
if I remember right, the tree's not too far from the campfire, right, where all the bags were.
Yeah, that's back in the center. Yeah, so it's about 25 foot, right? So the diameter is about a 50-foot diameter, this central courtyard where all these buildings are. So yeah, at any point when you're near the edge of this central area, you're about 25 foot from the fire pit.
Okay. Because I'd like to go to the fire pit, and is the Ranger's bag still there, or is
It is.
I don't know. Ranger was out messing around with the barn last time I saw him.
Yeah, he's still mesmerized, still standing there, just staring at the barn.
I don't know how to do this mechanically, but I want to kind of sneak in. I want to pilfer through his bag to see if he has any more weapons, or
Nope,
I'm
no
looking
rolls
for
needed.
another gun.
Yeah, no rolls needed because he's completely distracted. So you get to his bag, you open it up. There's a lot of airplane bottles in there of whiskey, change of clothes, another Ranger's uniform, oddly pajamas, a towel, some toiletries, and you're rifling through. You don't find any weapons. What you do get is a box of shotgun shells that are in there.
Scooter. I pass off a couple of the airplane bottles of whiskey to Scooter, and I also take the toilet paper and put it down my shirt because we need that. What about the shells, Scooter? Should we leave him for him, or should we take him? I don't even know if he's weird, man.
I'm already hands in the bag, grabbing him, putting him in my camp counselor jacket that I'm borrowing. I'm already, yeah. No, we got to take these because we never know.
It's raining, right?
It's
out in the rain. It's raining. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're just going fast, right? It's
Yeah.
We're taking what we can. We can't count on this doofus for anything.
Did you guys already take all your bags in? I can't remember.
Yeah, we did. We grabbed all the bags at the end of the last session. Yeah. I'm literally standing on the porch of this place, just every shadow. I don't even know what I'm doing.
And he still got his back to you. He yells out and he goes, "Hey, Shrimps, I think this whole thing's gonna burn all down to the bottom. Like even this rain ain't stopping it." Damn.
Well, you should have tried to start the generator instead of making me do it.
Yeah, I ain't feeling good
It's your
about the
fault.
generator right now, boys. I'm telling you right now, I ain't feeling good about that generator.
Yeah, you're going to lose your promotion because we screwed up. You're responsible.
You know, this, and he starts mumbling.
I turn around. We got what we wanted. So I go back to the cabin.
Back to the girls' cabin. Yep.
Yeah, and just kind of sit down in there. Is the rain coming through the ceiling or the roof?
Not bad. You
Or
picked
is
the right cabin. Yeah. So there's some dripping happening here and there, but overall, this turned out to be a pretty good choice, I think, as far as shelter is concerned. Ranger seems unaffected, but he's got a Ranger cap on, so he's not. His face ain't getting wet.
Okay, what are we gonna do? And I tell Jeffrey about seeing something move.
We need to get out of here. Jamal, are you able to move?
I'm feeling a little better. I can feel my arm.
Which has not gotten worse.
That's a good thing. Where are we going to go? We're in the middle of nowhere.
I don't think we know enough about our surroundings.
I mean, if we literally, where are we going to go?
I guess. Well, then we're just gonna have to hole up in here. I can't. We can't be poking out there at night and it's raining, and I still don't trust Jenkins at all.
Exactly. Maybe
I s-
maybe in the morning we can try to get that motorboat unchained, and maybe we can take that upriver or wherever
Sounds
and,
great.
and get out of here. It's got to lead to somewhere, right? We still got gas in that gas can,
Yeah, jerry can is you brought that back in
Yeah.
with you. Yep.
so we can just pack light and just load us in the boat and try to get out of here.
I start
Yeah.
dragging a busted cot over to barricade the door. I don't want Jenkins in here. I don't trust him at all. I'm just dragging it over, and he can go find his own place to sleep.
I go and pick up the little figures. Can we set these outside? I'm asking you, Jeffrey.
Sure. I move it enough just to open the door. I grab them from your hand and I just chuck them out the little crack. If they're big enough for my hand, I just throw them out the door into the rain.
All right. So to be clear, we're not setting them out. We're throwing them out the front door.
We are throwing them out the front door.
Oh, I do not like how you asked that question, Craig.
right.
Yeah, me either.
Right.
What's
Yeah.
done is done.
I almost interjected, and it was like, oh, and then you asked the question.
How is Jerry? No, this was like he picked them up. I said,
Right.
no problem. Out the door. That's
You
it.
slam the door shut.
Yeah.
You put the cot in front of it.
Yep.
Not sure how much good that's going to do, but it's there.
It's for Jenkins. Like you can't get it. That's what it's for.
You don't think Bo Jenkins can break through a cowboy? The rain is just pelting the roof. The air is a little colder. The rain has dropped the temperature a bit. We're about 3:30 in the afternoon. As you guys are sitting there, Jamal said, like, where are we going to go? It sounds like the boat's a potential plan. You got the provisions in here. What are you guys talking about?
It's 2:00, right?
It's about
In the
3
afternoon?
o'clock.
3:00.
Why are we here?
Yeah, that's the
Why
question.
is there a body in the woods? You said it tried to grab you.
Yeah, I fought through the woods because it was really thick, and I heard the singing, and I was trying to see if I could find the singing.
Dude, again, I
The
can't.
humming.
Every time I look at Tony, I always look at Scooter like to confirm the story.
I just love how Jeffrey's not validating any of this, even though he heard it too.
That was them messing around. That was friggin'.
So I go into the woods. I walked maybe 15, 25, I don't know. I walked a ways, and all at once the dirt got really muddy, and it was almost like tar. And then there was this hand, and it was like
I walk over to Tony. I put my hands on his shoulders, and I look him in the eye. Tony, I need you with us here. I know you got problems, and I know you got to be here, man. Like, this is some serious shit we're in right now. You got to be
I'm here, and I'm telling you what I saw.
Tony, you want to take him to go see?
No, no. No.
I saw it too, Jeffrey. I saw it too. It's not in Tony's head.
I'm not saying no. And I look at Jamal.
If he felt better, Jamal would go with me.
Yeah, the dead bodies though.
In the woods in the rain.
That's
to
a
go
little.
get a dead
That's a
body
little
that
tight
tried
for
to
me.
grab you. I don't know, guys.
It's check it out, but I like to interject that. Why are we here? Why did the judge send us here of all places? We could have did something inside the city, help some old lady restore her house or something. Why he sent us all the way out here?
I know we kind of ignored it, but I mean, we all know those were not rats, right? We all know that now.
Yeah,
Look at his freaking
that
arm.
was. It's feeling okay. Is there any more of that liquid in the jar? Was it like one dose?
No, you drank maybe a third of it, and then you had to stop. It was too much.
Okay. Yeah, because my grit rolls are horrible right now. So but anyway.
So again, Scooter, where did this jar come from?
When I walked up,
it's right outside the door.
Yeah, when we walked up from after seeing the freaking hand from the ground that you think is bullshit, it was right there.
We conveniently get a jar on our doorstep.
Now that you Jamal that way, it doesn't sound smart, but at the time it was there.
Well, guys, it's too early. We can't just hole up and expect to.
Do you think we should go and look at the barn? I know it's burning, but just to make sure that there are no rats.
Oh my god!
Walking around trying to get out.
And as Tony says,
who cares?
Jamal, Jeffrey, I'm gonna need you to cowboy up, okay?
I am. I'm having to let go.
Listen, it's time to drop your nuts, okay? Come on now. We out here. You two being all together, but
I'm
you're
the
acting
only
like
guy going at this straight.
Look. Hey, does anybody smell that? I smell bitch out here. Come on now. I need you to get your stuff together. Get it together.
This isn't fair, Jamal. This is not fair.
Look, it's not fair. We're all out here, but you're the only one freaking out right now. I'm gonna need you to.
Okay, Jamal, you're high too.
Yes.
So we.
Yes, I am. But
So
yeah.
Jamal's giving
what
Jeffrey
would you
a hard
do?
time.
You don't want to go looking.
No matter what, that's my job. You know.
So you guys are kind of chuckling a little bit as Jamal's giving Jeffrey a little bit of a hard time, telling him to kind of step up here a little bit, quit being such a scaredy cat. Kind of taking it all in. Things got real weird in one morning and one afternoon. The world that you understood is not the world that you're in right now. You've definitely a sense of isolation. There's a level of helplessness that really kind of transcends even what you felt in juvenile detention, right? In juvenile detention, your freedoms were gone, but you were taken care of at some level. The idea that four of you are on your own, if you discount Jenkins. And speaking of Jenkins, when there's some silence, you hear two shotgun fires from outside.
Oh,
what the?
What's he shooting at?
I jump up. I go to the window, the one window that's there. Do I see anything up there?
Wrong side.
So I don't go like an idiot over to that window.
But you're able to, one of the boarded up windows, the boarding up is not complete, right? You're able to go through the crack, and all you're seeing is Jenkins backing away and with his gun, and it's headed facing the barn. But from your purview, you can't see what the hell, but he's backing away and he's shaking, and he fires again.
Yeah. All right, fine, Jamal. Fine. And I grab the cot away from the door. And I have the spear gun in my hand. And I open the door and I yell, Jenkins!
What? No. You tell me who you are. Tell me who you are. And he fires again. He's walking backwards.
It's Jeffrey.
He's slowly walking backwards, and every seems like every 10 seconds he's firing that thing.
What is he shooting at? What?
Jenkins, get over
Jeffrey,
here.
He's going to shoot you. Get back in here.
So
I looked at the guys like, what am I going to do? I don't know.
He turns and he sees you, and he hauls ass towards you with the gun, and the gun. He's just running like somebody who's never been to gym class, just
Yeah,
running.
I'm just trying to
running
get a
towards
beat
you.
on whatever he's looking at with the spear gun. I don't see anything. Or do I?
You
I don't
do.
know. Oh shit.
Shit.
You turn the corner and you see that burning barn, and you see a silhouette, and it's a person, but the blinding of the light doesn't. All you see is the shadow, and it's just slowly moving towards Jenkins, just walking slowly. Get inside. Get inside. I don't know who that is. I don't know what the hell's going on. Get out of my way. Get out of my way, Shrimp. And he's trying to muscle past you.
And whoever's closest to me, I don't know if that's Scooter because he was by the window.
The adrenaline kicks in.
Yeah.
And I get up. My buzz is killed right now. What is going on?
There's
what are you shooting at?
some dude out there. I've hit him twice, and he keeps walking, and I can't make out who he is, but he ain't answering nothing. Get out of my way! Get out of my way! He's trying to get himself into the. You're kind of blocking things a little bit,
That's
Jeffrey.
fine. I let him go in.
He's coming in. He's
This
soaking
thing's
wet.
walking slow. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, he's soaking wet, and somebody goes, dude, I don't know what. There's only supposed to be the 5 of us out here. I don't know what the hell I don't know who that is out there, but he came back from behind that barn, and he started. And I said, "What you doing? What you stop?" And he didn't. You like usually when you point a gun at something, you say stop. They stopped. He ain't stopping. He just kept walking, and I warned him, and I shot, and he throws the barrel down, and the gun snaps, and he starts loading, pulls from his belt, and he's loading more shells into the gun. Because I don't know who that is, but gun shooting ain't doing nothing.
What the hell? You only hit him twice. You've shot like 9 times out there.
Dude,
How do you
it's
miss with a
raining.
shotgun?
It's
Do I
raining.
need to use-
There's
How do
fires.
you miss with a shotgun? How do you miss with a shotgun? You suck.
I look over at Jeffrey. Jeffrey, what is that guy? Is that thing still coming at us?
Is it?
You peek around, and it's maybe 20 feet away, and it's
20
it's
feet.
going where Jenkins was.
And it's a shot. I don't get any delineation of
The light's too
anything.
bright right now. Now, if you want to stand there for a little bit, I'm sure you'll get a nice view of them. And
Oh,
it's just it's the gate's weird, man. It's not walking, it's kind of shambling, kind of just not making any noise, and just kind of
Is
I
that
grabbed
the dead, is that the dead guy?
what they got?
Jeffrey, is that the dead guy?
The harpoon gun.
I
so-
grabbed the sledgehammer. I'll leave you.
You're
with
grabbing the sledgehammer,
harpoon.
Jamal?
Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot the harpoon gun. All this stuff is flashing through my head. These crazy rats, his arm. I can't make anything out on this thing. It's lumbering. I'm just gonna shoot.
All right, you've got that. You've got that. So if you go to your items and go to the spear,
Okay.
harpoon gun. Give me just a second here.
Spear harpoon gun.
All right. I am ready when you are. You're going to be at -1 skill die because of the rain.
Okay, so I have a luck that I re-got after my last
Right.
roll.
Drop
so
your luck
it'll
down
be
to drop your luck by 1, and you'll add 1 skill die back, so you'll be even.
straight up. Okay. So there we go.
Greg, when you get a moment, can you add the sledgehammer to my items?
Yep, we'll do.
And I'll delete it.
All right, hold on a second here. Let me open up Jamal. Grab the sledge. Okay, you should see it in your items now.
Okay.
All right, you fire this thing, and the spear goes, and it goes right past its head. It goes flying past. You rolled a luck, so you get to rebank that luck, but that thing just goes sailing past. It is now close enough, Jeffrey. Maybe, like I said, 15, 20 feet away at this point, and it's kind of hard to describe. It's a person, a man. At first, it looks like decomposed, right? It looks like flesh is like coming off of it. In fact, around like the teeth, mouth area, there's no cheeks. You can just see the gumless teeth on half its face. It's naked, and the fact that it has no clothes, but it looks like it's covered in this tar that they mentioned, right? But it's not like just a person or a skeleton that's covered in this tar, because there's like protrusions like in its shoulders and coming out of its neck that you can't tell what it is, but it's kind of breaking the silhouette of it. And it's just shambling towards you, and you can see this tar substance, maybe mixed with flesh, it's hard to tell, just kind of dripping off of it. Jeffrey's giving me a fear check.
Sounds like it. Really wishing I hit this thing after I see it. All right. I have a luck, so we're going to use that again. I keep pretty good at getting this luck back.
Now I'm going to pause for just a second here. Jamal, you have an ability that you have access to. I'm not saying you should use it, but I just wanted to remind you of your ability.
Yeah. I got the Deus Machina.
No. You knew.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I use rally, so he can add another die.
Well, it's not just another die; it's a talent die.
A talent die. Yeah.
All right. So we got nice 2 successes. Let's say you didn't have time, Jamal, to kind of rally him. So you succeed. Jeffrey, did you roll any luck? Yeah, you rolled a luck.
Yep.
So let's back that luck. Maybe in the movies you've seen something like this, but sure as hell ain't in person, and it's headed your way. The spear gun goes flying past. Back in the cabin, you guys see Jeffrey out there. You see Jeffrey pull up the spear gun. He fires. You see the spear leave. There's no rope attached to it. Jenkins is moving farther and farther back into the cabin. He's leaning against the back of the cabin as far away from that door as possible, and he's just trying to load shells.
Scooter starts helping barricade that door. We got to keep this thing out. So Scooter starts grabbing the bunk that was pulled away and starts pulling it back in place, trying to get that, setting it up, bringing chairs.
Are we letting Jeffrey back in first?
I'll assume.
Oh, yes, Jeffrey's. Yeah. Grab him by the
I'm going to say I'm kind of like frozen and just figuring out what it is, and you just grab me and pull me back in.
Okay, yeah. Slam the door shut, and we're just trying to, anything we can find, we're trying to get in front of that door.
Yeah.
I grabbed the chainsaw and handed it over to Jeffrey. Because you don't have any more harpoons, I'm assuming.
I do not.
You grab the chainsaw, Jeff?
Oh, absolutely. I am. Things are dying. So,
there's not a whole lot to put up there. There's just a bunch of scrap wood and just broken tree branches and stuff in here, and what little remnants of the rusted cots, bunk beds and stuff. You're kind of pressing there, and the 4 of you are standing there, and you can hear the creak of that front porch as whatever this thing is steps on it.
It's on the porch.
You're standing there.
On the porch.
You're all facing this door, but the crash happens behind you. You turn around, and a black arm has got Jenkins around the throat. It's broken through the back of this cabin, and it's got Jenkins by the throat, and it's not broken into the cabin, but its arm has got Jenkins, and Jenkins is, what the hell? And it's up against him, and you hear a doom on the front door.
It's 2 of them?
And the door's starting to give.
Oh no!
I want to run to the back and try to help pull the arm off Jenkins, because I don't have
he
a
fires
weapon.
into the roof.
Oh jeez! I'll try to grab the gun.
We'll try to grab
Fighting
the gun.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
go ahead and give me a wits check real quick. Only CR1, because he's not trying to stop you. He's
trying to breathe right now.
very nice. Very nice. All right, so I'm going to add the shotgun to you. should now see the shotgun.
Okay.
He's like this. You grab the shotgun out of his hand. He's like, and it's like squeezing him, right? So it's pressing him, it's pulling him in, and it's being pressed up against the wall. And now that he's got both hands, he's trying to grab this thing. And the first time you see him grab it, he kind of pulls away from it, and the sludge, he just tears sludge off the arm, and you can just see the sludge like being pulled like slime from the arm, and what's under it is bony, but it's all that's black sludge. He's like,
I run up and try to assist him pulling this arm off.
So you're gonna try to grab the arm and pull the arm off?
Yeah.
So you put the sledgehammer down?
Ooh. No, I'm gonna try to hit the arm with the sledgehammer.
So we see Jamal take both hands on that sledgehammer and just overhead.
Hold still. Hold still, Jenkins.
All right, let's do your favorite roll. I think it's a grip roll with the sledgehammer.
and I'm at -1. So
you're at -1 skill die. Yep.
-1. So that's going to be
because you're weakened.
Now. Here we go.
Dude.
Damn it!
Really unbelievable at this point. So if we got one strange that we're adding to the doom clock, you take a swing at this thing and everything's moving, right? And you end up slamming it, and the head of the sledgehammer goes into the wall right next to where it's broken through, and part of the back of the wall just kind of busts through. So the head of the sledgehammer is now outside as you kind of sledged the back of this thing. Scooter.
I'm there by the door, and Scooter starts to go foggy. He senses all of his friends in danger, himself in danger. Just kind of falls to his knees, staring up at this door. He can see through the window and the slats that this monster trying to get in, and his vision just fades to black, starts bleeding from his ears. And I'm going to do my tier 1 trait ability and try to invoke some madness in this beast.
Interesting. We're going to try the madness. So mechanically, what happens?
Use this as an attack action. They must pass an opposed skill check of strange versus their smarts. And then results happen based on if I succeed, I roll a die, and things happen based on what I roll.
So you drop to your knees. You're starting to get cloudy. Your vision's getting cloudy. I think all attention's in the back right now. So I'm not sure that your other 3 friends are seeing that. They're just seeing Jamal sledge open the back of the cabin. You drop to your knees. As that's happening, the top half of this door just gets ripped off, and you see this thing, and it's like, and it's kind of trying to climb over the cot and over the half door that it's torn off. Let's get your strange check against its smarts.
Right. I'm going to use a luck.
I do rally and add a talent die to his pool.
It's only for fear checks, I think. Tony.
It's only for fear checks.
Troy, double check me. Yep.
Yeah. Yes, for fear checks. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's all right.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, we got 1 success on the strange. You picked up 2 luck, so bank 1 if you don't have it against its smarts, which it fails. So now what happens? You succeeded.
Let's roll a die.
So just roll a d6. The wit. What's the wit mean?
The wit. It attacks another enemy.
Nice.
So you drop to your knees, right? This thing's just kind of breaking through the top, tearing the front top of the door off. We know what that other ability did to the room of rats. We see the ears bleeding. Now what happens?
Scooter goes blank. Something else takes over. It's almost like Scooter's watching himself in his own movie, almost like a out of body experience. Scooter just straight looks up. He's down on his knees. He looks straight up at this monster. They lock eyes. And
It doesn't have eyes, but go ahead.
I gotcha. Okay.
You lock eye sockets.
Eye sockets. And it's visible that there's some sort of mental communication between the two, because it's just they're reacting to each other, staring eye socket to eye socket, and the monster just kind of turns.
Yeah,
And
and what
goes-
happens is its head goes snaps back after it's locked eyes contact with you. It goes like this, and it turns around, and as it's turning around, you see a second one behind it, and you just see it just swipe at the one behind it. So let's see what that does. So it swings, and the other one, it just comes just short of it. The other one, it doesn't seem to be reacting. It's kind of like, and so now you got one with its back to the door. You see the other one moving towards it. There's a third one behind it, and you've got one now that's got Jenkins. Tony?
Oh, I ticked the doom clock by 2, but because I rolled 2 luck, I wanted to roll 1 back. So net 1.
We'll only tick it once.
Yeah.
Tony?
All right, so Tony's going to take the butt of the shotgun and try to smash where the arm is coming through the door, kind of where the sledgehammer is, trying to hit
Got
the bone.
Yeah, we're going to count that as the equivalent of a bat. So let me just
Yeah,
look
I've
up
got
the
a baseball bat I can roll.
You got that. All right, it'll be 2 damage. Okay, and it uses grit, and it's blunt
Okay.
damage. So let's do a grit roll. All right, no strange. So you hit this thing, and just it's where you hit it just sloths, just the sludge sloths off.
Yeah.
Doesn't do any damage to it whatsoever. Jeffrey.
Guys, we need to get the hell out of here right now. And I look over to Scooter. He's cleared a path. I look back at Jamal. I don't look at Jenkins. And I look at Tony. And I'm like, we need to get out of here.
So you pull that thing, and the smoke comes off of it.
That's it.
Yeah, we can hear the revving of that engine. We got the machine running. You're headed like to the right of Jenkins.
Yeah, well, no, I'm headed out the front door because Scooter
Well, it's
got
blocked.
him to. Oh, it is blocked.
Oh yeah,
okay.
it's just got his
Oh, okay.
back.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm making an exit with the chainsaw.
Okay, where?
I go to I guess they're coming from opposite sides. I go to a side that they're not coming from, and I just start tearing into the old wood that's on there.
Yeah,
with the
probably
chainsaw.
your best bet is maybe with one of the boarded up windows.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
the start,
Okay, yeah,
right? And then
that's
just
fine.
kinda
Yeah, just cutting the
cut that
boards
a
off the
little bit
window.
larger.
Yeah, that's fine.
So you start cutting into that, and it's working, right? So it's starting to go. Go ahead and drop one of the quote unquote ammo off of it
Got it.
as you start cutting through. It's gonna take a little bit of time, but it's working.
Okay.
All right, the one on Jenkins is going to attack Jenkins, and it's pressing Jenkins up against it. Jenkins gets to react. I gotta find Jenkins. There's Jasper Bow. He's gonna try to break free. He's just trying, and nothing's happening. He's trying to break free from it. This one Scooter that you did is now turning around, and it's reaching around, and it's starting to pull, just tear the cot and the bottom of this door away. We're back up to the top with Jamal.
All right. The orange gods are not with me, but I'm gonna try to hit the
Soon.
zombie thing with the sledgehammer again. That's on Ranger Jenkins.
It's on Jenkins.
Yeah.
Come on, Jamal.
Come on.
You pull that sledgehammer back. You pull it back again over your head.
And here we go. Why does it not like me?
I have no words. Literally.
Why does it not?
Literally have no words.
That is a lot of dice.
Yeah, and that is literally
I have-
the fourth or fifth one now. that
That's
you have
because
failed?
he's
I have
stoned.
not.
How
Even
did
when
I
I'm not
explain
stoned.
last week?
And that talent die that you're rolling, it's only on a 1 or a 2 that they're strange. The rest of it are successes, and you just keep rolling a 1 or 2 on that damn
Oh my
talent
God.
die. So you swing again, and it comes, and now the hole that you broke into is much larger. It doesn't even capture and stop the head, so you're just immediately able to pull that head back. Scooter, you're on the ground. You're on your knees. You're staring up at this thing now, turning around, and it's ripping stuff away and starting to pull away at.
I still have bottles of liquor in my jacket pockets. I'm grabbing 2 of them. I'm taking the caps off, and I'm putting them on this front door in every hole, just trying to soak this monster and whatever's in front of us with alcohol. I don't know how much I can actually accomplish right now, but my goal is to.
So that'll be an interact, right? So it's going to take a whole interact. You won't be able to interact with the alcohol, but pouring the alcohol on there, you still have an attack if you want to try to do some sort of an attack, and you still have a move.
Yeah. Actually, what I'll do in this order is I'll come to, and I will. I can't bring out my knife as well. I think I'm trying to do too much in a turn. I don't think I can attack. I don't want to touch this thing. I know what it did to Jamal.
Okay.
I'm getting ready for round 3 to flick a match at him.
All right. Cut to you, Jeff. Still cutting away. You're about a round away from having a big enough area. It's a combination of you cutting with it's like kicking boards and.
Yeah, and I'm looking over, to see what's going on. I see Jamal just making a bigger hole on the other side. Like, maybe I should have just asked him to punch a hole in the wall, and then we could be out of here already. But
so you can use your actions just to continue making that.
I'm just going to continue. My only focus is us getting out of here, because this is horrible.
And we just see you cutting into that wood.
And I look over at Tony. And Jamal. I'm like, why are they helping that guy? We need to get out of here. I'm almost wishing they were helping me, but that's fine. I'll just keep
Tony.
Actually, real quick, Craig, I am going to move back far enough to where I can still strike a match, but I know that Tony knows that I've got the shells to that shotgun in my jacket pocket. So I want to be close enough, and I will verbally say, Tony, I got the shells as I'm moving back. So just as a placeholder.
And I'm taking, quote, another ammo off of the chainsaw, right?
Yep.
Representing the gas. Okay. Got it.
All right, so Tony, I can't do anything with this other creature. Just there's not enough to hit. I hear the one breaking in through the door, so I turn around and walk or run. I want to be far enough away it's not going to grab me, but
Yep.
I don't want to shoot Scooter or anyone.
You go to the right of Scooter, and you've got that gun.
Mhm.
Question about Tony.
Mhm.
First time Tony's held a gun?
Yep.
Okay. So how is Tony shoot? Because there's all kinds of ways to shoot a shotgun. There's the Kurt Russell from the hip. There's the I know what I'm doing from the shoulder.
So Tony kind of pulls it up, but he doesn't know that you're supposed to seat the shotgun against his shoulder, and he fires a shot off.
So you pull the trigger and it clicks.
Okay, because he didn't load it. He was freaking out.
You've seen it in the movies.
Mm-hmm.
Go, oh, wait a minute. And you Cock it. Let's go ahead and let's fire.
You got a racket.
All right. So this is wits.
Yeah, double check it. I think on the weapon it'll tell you.
Yeah.
You could just click the cross swords, and it'll
I
pull
did.
up the.
This might be delayed for a second. Building anticipation. Did it bring up the window?
No.
Did it give you a chance to roll or no?
Mm-mm.
Okay, just go over to your wits and roll wits.
Okay.
God, you guys are making this so easy for
We
me.
Are amazing.
So you fire, and we just see wood shatter to the left of this thing, and it just blows past it, and it's not even reacting. It's not even acknowledging as you just fired at it. You see the other two are now like chest against back, and they're now helping as they're just tearing wood away on this door.
Kids, this is why you don't do drugs. The only guy who's not doing drugs is getting them out of here.
Only one within
First
range.
of all,
Only one is within range to attack. Oh, go. All right. Only one's in range of attacking. That's attaching you, Scoot. So it breaks through. It's got the whiskey alcohol is on it, and it's taking a
actually,
swipe at you.
I'm sorry,
Oh,
Craig.
please.
Actually, because of my destined flaw, it's actually coming after me.
Read off the destined flaw.
All right, hold on here. Let's call up my character. Destined. You are the chosen one, and that's not always a great deal. In combat encounters or chase scenarios, enemies will always attack you unless they are distracted.
Okay. So here's actually what happens then.
I love
This
you.
This thing busts through, and Scooter, instead of attacking you, it's kind of shoving you away, kind of pushing you out of its way, and Tony as well, kind of like trying to, like, because it is only focused on Jamal right now. So let me get a quick wits roll from both Scooter and Tony. If you guys fail a CR1, you're going to be prone, but no damage, which is nice. There's my strange. Thanks, Scoot. You're on your back. Tony, you're able to stay on your feet. Scoot, you fall to your back. You fall down. You're on the ground. We tick again, boy. We're getting to half past a lot faster than we got to quarter two.
I think
And
Craig read the machine.
You gotta keep the audience. The audience.
This thing, it will not be able to get you right now, Jamal. But we've got the second and the third one also coming through the door. We have the one attacking Jenkins. Let's do that real quick. Oh, that's not. Let's see here. That is going to be 2 blunt damage to Jenkins. Give me just a second. Does he have for health? He has 10. So he is down to 8. So for the first time, you're right there, Jamal. For the first time, you see like a like it's actually choking him now. His eyes are starting to bulge in his skull as this thing is just kind of into the back of the wood. We're back at the top. That's on you, Jamal.
Oh, I see the one coming towards me, and I have to focus.
The 3 coming towards you. But go ahead.
The 3 coming towards me, and I have to focus my attention on that. I just look at the ranger and just say, give him that "I'm sorry" look, and turn around and swing my
first one?
sledgehammer. Yeah, the first one.
So we see Jamal 180 around, wood chips. Like this thing is tearing down this cabin. This sledgehammer. And instead, I think overhead. We've tried overhead twice, Jamal.
Yeah, it's not working.
We're going baseball bat.
There we
Your
go.
nickname is
Still
Demo
-1.
Company.
You're still -1 because you're weakened.
What in the world is okay?
Huzzah!
Okay, all right, all right, all right.
Thank God for the talents die.
What's the damage on?
6 blunt damage.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Nice.
So you swing this thing, and it's going coming towards you, and you just baseball bat it. And the one arm that's kind of coming towards you, Jamal, you knock it, and the arm comes flying off its body and just goes like a wet sock up against the wall. There's no blood or anything. There's just sludge where the shoulder be. Now, enemies in this game, when they are hit and they take damage, which is this what had just happened, they automatically get a potential reaction to based on how dangerous they are. These are amber level enemies. And so that means they're going to roll 1d6 and something, they get to do something on a grit in this case. So we don't want to see a grit symbol here.
Okay, no grit, no grit. Yes.
So no reaction from the monster. So that they go sloshing up against, arm is torn off. Scooter, you're on the ground.
How close are these things to me and my friends? Are they on
They're
top
within.
of us?
They're all right in front of you right now. So they're walking past you. If you stood up and reached out, you could touch one. They're right on top of the front one's on Jamal. The other ones are right behind. This is not a huge cabin.
No.
And you've got Jeffrey right to your right, just tearing a hole through the side of this cabin.
Yeah. Scooter's gonna jump up, grab his knife out, and he's just gonna go just slice crazy on the one going after Jamal.
The one in the front that's closest
Yeah.
to Jamal, the one that's lost its arm. That all right, let's do it. Is that a grit check for a knife attack?
Yes. Knife and no luck, unfortunately. But I'll give you a strange.
I appreciate that. Thank you. I needed one. So you take a swing. You're prone, so you had to use your interact to stand up. And you take a swipe at this thing. You're short. You whiff on it as it's shambling closer. Tony.
Okay, Tony is going to take the shotgun and try to push it against the last one in line. I
Okay.
just want to fire point blank.
Yeah,
Right
what's
up to the
that
head. I want you to add a talent die to this roll. So it's a wit die, add a talent die for the point blank.
Okay. All right. Oh,
Nice.
Okay. So its CR is 1.
mhm,
You did 2 more successes than its CR, which makes it
Right.
a crit.
critical.
So you're going to double the damage. And then what kind of damage does this thing do?
I don't see it.
All right, so you used wit. So your fast hands allow you to. Oh my God!
Damage.
Your fast hands allow you to strike again. Roll another strike of the same type that generates the critical hit against the enemy in range. This additional strike does not generate a critical hit.
Mhm.
First of all, what was what's the damage on the shotgun?
6 blunt.
So you fire twice.
Pow, pow.
And it's just boom, boom, point blank, and right at the head. And Scooter, from where you are, you've got this line of these things just slowly sludging towards Jamal, and all of a sudden, the head of the one in the back just explodes on you, and the sludge goes up against you, and it presses up against you, and it falls onto your skin, and you got just this spray of this black blood on you, and then you hear the second shot. Second shot blows its body at your feet. It does not get to react because it's
Tony's screaming, "That's how you do it! That's how you do it!"
if we've learned anything Is that the one that kills things is Tony.
Right.
All right, so Jeffrey, all this blasting, you hear the shotguns going off behind you. You see the blast. You see Scooter getting blasted by this tar. You see the fourth one, the third in line, just fall to Scooter's feet as you give one last kick, and there is now easily enough room for someone to get through there.
So there's still there's still another one, right, in front of Scooter.
There's still 2 in front of Scooter.
Okay.
1 holding Jenkins. There's 4 all day.
Right, that one is not even a thing to me. I don't even know about that one. So it falls. I look back and I'm like, guys, it's time to get out of here. And then I take the chainsaw and I look at Scooter and I go, it's my turn. And I run it straight into the gut of the first one in front of him.
The one closest to Jamal?
Yeah, one closest to
missing the arm.
Jamal. And I'll be like, who's the bitch, Jamal? And I'm like,
so we see you head in there. So you're going to have an attack, an interact, and a move. So this is going to be the attack. Let's go ahead and do that. Was a grit roll with the chainsaw, I think.
I do have still 1 luck, so I'm going to add that.
So you can take 2 of those luck and turn it into a success.
So we're going to do that.
Okay.
And I'll bank the last one.
What's the damage on the
That's
chainsaw?
how you do it with luck.
What's the damage on the chainsaw?
The damage on the chainsaw is 6 sharp.
6 sharp. So here's what I need to know. It wasn't the grit that did it. It was the luck that did it.
Yeah.
And it's going to take this thing out. So you break open the last of the side door. You turn with this chainsaw. How does this all go down?
So again, I aim for the belly straight forward, which is probably not the best way to use this chainsaw. But it catches what skin or tar, and the creature keeps trying to come towards me, and it's pulling itself onto my chainsaw to where the hands are almost on me, and it just rides up in its chest cavity and dies. But I was just standing there, and it kind of just walked onto it.
Yeah, and it was all focused on Jamal until it got the tip of that chainsaw into it, and it kind of turns into it. And it's and it reaches down.
It just kept coming.
It reaches down to grab what's attacking it, and the hands get chewed up by the chainsaw as well.
Great.
And you are covered in this tar as this thing just gets turns itself into this chainsaw and just gets chewed up.
And I yell, can we just get the hell out of here?
All right, we cut to Scoot, I think, right? I think you're up.
Is there a hole in this freaking cabin yet?
Yes,
there's a hole in this cabin.
All right, I'm going to start making my way towards the hole. Are there still monsters coming in the front?
Nope. So there's one holding Jenkins in the back. There's now one that hasn't. One was taken out by a shotgun. One just rammed itself into Jeffrey's chainsaw. Go ahead and mark a fuel for me on that, Jeff.
I got it.
And you've only got the one left, and it kind of turns towards Jeffrey and sees what's happens, and it's turning right back to Jamal.
Yeah, Scooter sees the impending danger on Jamal and quickly just kind of starts fading to black again and falls to one knee. More blood starts coming out of his ears, looks up at that monster, locks eyes, and we're going to do it all over again.
But before that happens, who's going to say it?
Let's go on a break.
Let's go on a 10-minute break. We'll be right back. So, Scoot, you've got the open hole. We've got Jeffrey there with just as much tar on him as you have on you. He's screaming, "Go, go, go!" You watched this sludge zombie just get torn up into this chainsaw. You're dropped to one knee, I heard.
Drop to one knee. Scooter's vision kind of tunnel visions down to black, exits his body, watching his body do something that he's not used to. And his face just locks eye sockets with this monster.
And this thing is not looking at you, right? And it's like it's moving towards Jamal, like stepping over the feet of the one that just got torn up into the chainsaw. And inexplicably, Jamal, you're standing there ready to hit it again with a sledgehammer. And inexplicably, it just goes and turns towards Scooter. So this is an opposed roll against its smarts, right?
Right.
This is great against a smarts of 1. So this is your all right, so
Strange.
1 success.
Of course.
So it turns and you look at it and its head goes and turns right back at Jamal. So there's a doom clock problem.
Sure, I'll be honest. It's got to tick up by 2.
Okay.
Dang it.
We got 3 minutes left till half past.
Ooh.
And at that moment, that was my attack action. I still have a interact and a move. Is that accurate?
You do.
Is striking a match an interact?
It is. Throwing it'll be an attack though.
I'll wait.
All right.
I'll get up at least. I'll get out from prone and start making my way, kind of backing up towards the.
So
for
Jenkins
next.
is not going to have an attack. Jeffrey's attacked. Tony's attacked. I think we're on Jamal. Then we're going to go back to the zombies. So Jamal.
I'm going to take another swing
At the new one, right?
At the new one, yeah.
The one with 2 arms.
Yes. Lower my dice pool to 3. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. What in the world?
Nice. One. All right. So
Okay.
bank of luck if you haven't already. You got 1 luck. What's the damage? It's 6, right?
6, right? Yeah.
All right. So that guy, you slam him. Let's see if he can react. He's going to roll 1d6. You're hoping for no grit. He did not get the grit.
Okay.
Tell me what happens.
I just get frustrated because I've been missing, and not being, and feel very unhelpful in the combat situations, and I just get frustrated and just come down mightily and swing across his shoulder, try to catch his on his shoulder blade like collarbone action.
And it takes out it slams into the collarbone and its rib cage it would have been its right rib cage gets caught on the sledgehammer, and we see the sledgehammer just tear its right rib cage off. So as it slides through, we see the sledgehammer leave the attack with the rib cage of this thing on it, and with this tar slime just kind of draws off as it pulls and separates away, and it's like it just kind of staggers off. It's going to try to attack you, Jamal. It's doing it with a bite.
Oh,
So it's coming at you with its mouth.
Not another bite.
Stick a sledge in its teeth. Oh,
Yeah. So I need you to go ahead and take 2 blunt damage for me. Or no, 2 sharp damage, which means I need a luck roll or you're going to start bleeding.
All right. Luck is not my favorite thing. All right, here we go. Luck roll.
You add bleed 1. Just jot it somewhere. Just keep track of it. Every time
Okay.
it's back to you, you're going to lose a health. This thing is clamped right onto your the shoulder muscle. It's
Oh.
and it's just on you right now.
little help here. You said take 2 damage.
2 sharp. Yep.
2
Does
sharp.
that fill up your next one?
Yeah.
Ooh, what
Yeah.
does that do for you?
I'm limping now.
All right. At limping, let's take a quick look.
Oh Lord.
At
I
limping,
don't
your
think
legs
about-
begin to give beneath you, reduce your speed to slow. So you're now slow. You're always going to be acting last. So you're now weakened and limping. All right. Let's cut back up to the top. I've got Jeffrey and Tony who wants to go. Or no, I'm sorry. We got to do the attack against Jenkins. All right. It's choking the crap out of Jenkins, but not doing any damage. All right. Who's going next, Tony or Jeffrey?
I would like to go.
Yeah.
If that's all right. I'm very
That is fine.
frustrated. I have this big hole in the wall and no one's using it. So blood and guts. I look at Scooter. He's on one knee. He's not leaving. Scooter, get the hell out of here. And I turn around. Jamal's screwing around with this guy. I'm like, that's it. I take the chainsaw and I just dig into the back because it's on Jamal's neck. So I just dig into its back with the chainsaw.
Let's do it.
Chainsaw. And I have a luck still.
You can spend it.
Yep.
It adds a die. 2 successes. What's the damage on it?
6.
Plus the additional grit beyond its CR adds another one to it. You're killing the second one. I need to know what happens, Jeff.
All right. So again, I see it on Jamal. I come over. I go right on its spine, and I'm digging through its spine to sever it. I make sure like it's about to go through, and I pull back so I don't hit Jamal.
Yeah,
And as soon as it kind of like loosens up in the top part of the torso, like flips over, it's still connected like on the side, so it kind of tilts forward and hits the ground. And I look around and I put the chainsaw down and I shut it off, and I go, "Holy shit, guys! Can we please leave now?" And I have a move, so I walk out the hole in the wall.
You walk out of the hole in the wall. This thing folds like a chair, right? It just kind of folds, and we see the teeth come out of its mouth as it gets. It no longer has its legs. It's not supported anymore, and it slides off of you, Jamal. And you see the teeth don't stay there, but you're bleeding pretty good, and it just flops and falls down. And Jake is like, this thing's like, ew. You can just see it just like pulling in on Jenkins as we see Jeffrey walk out. Tony.
Okay, Tony is going to, hey, Scooter, get the gas can. And Tony's going to try to grab the medicine, that green jar we had, and head toward the hole in the wall.
Scooter.
I go grab the gas and
Grab the gas.
make
That's
my
an
way out of
interact.
here.
And you remove. Sorry. So we've got Jeffrey, Tony, and Scooter out. Jamal is last because he is now limping. We've got an attack on Jenkins. Jenkins is one lucky boy. And Jenkins's hands are like this as this thing is like, and now you can see the back wall just kind of buckling, right? So now the resistance at this wall that has kept the zombie from Jenkins, the wall is starting to give way. Jamal.
I
Your
just
2 friends will go out the door. It's just you, the sledgehammer, Jenkins, and the sludge zombie arm.
I grabbed the sledgehammer, and I still have it, unless I dropped it when he bit me.
No, you got it.
And I just walk out the opening.
So maybe one hand on your wound.
Yeah.
Go ahead and take another damage for me because you're bleeding.
You said take a wound?
Yep, from the bleed. Your bleed 1. And you look at. Go ahead.
And I grabbed the medical kit as well.
Okay. As you
way
reach
out the
down for
door.
the medical kit, you do it with the arm that got bit by the rat.
Mm.
And you just happen to notice as you grab that medical kit that the blackness is gone. You now just have the gash from the bite.
Oh,
So
thank
that disease is now it just looks like you got bit by a really big ass rat.
you. Okay. I'm unpoisoned. Thank you.
The four of you are outside. You hear Jenkins screaming inside the cabin.
Guys, we can't leave him hanging like that. That's us killing him.
He doesn't
Scooter,
care
give me a couple shells.
about us.
I toss you the box. Or I toss you a few shells, just so you can
Yeah, because I
rack
can't
'em.
carry the box. And I want to load the shotgun, and I'll walk toward that other zombie. I don't care about Ranger, but I don't want another zombie just walking around.
So you go to the back of the girl's cabin and you can see this fourth zombie. Its arms, both arms now have broken through the wood. So you just see the torso pressed up against this, like, and like biting at the wood. And you see the back of the cabin starting to give way. It's not even noticing you.
Would I be able to take a shot at it? I mean, there were a lot
You
of
would be
moves
able
there.
to take a shot at it.
Okay, I'll take a shot at it.
Are we walking up to it and putting a gun to its head, or are we keeping some distance?
I'm still
blank.
stoned, so I think I'm going to walk up and put a gun to its head.
You put
Besides,
up
it's
that
got
you
its
put that
arms in
shotgun
there,
right there. Yep. You
Mhm.
add a talent die for the point blank.
Okay.
I mean, you could have done that to Jenkins too. I mean, either way, it would have stopped the problem.
Golly.
Wow, you're cold, Jeffrey.
Dude, I turned cold just because of this.
I think we added that talent die. How
I
much damage
know.
does the shotgun do?
It does 6 blunt.
So you blow the back of this thing's head. So it just boom, we hear the shotgun go off, and the back of this head, whoops, not the chainsaw, the shotgun pump. Shoot. And we see the back head just fly off as it goes. It's not stopping though. You see it's still pulling at this thing, and it's half the back without a back head. You just see its head just turn and go looking at you, and it's pulling its left arm out of there. It gets a D6 react. No grit. This thing's pulling it out. You're gonna get enough. You can shoot again if you want before this thing.
Yeah, because I think I have 2 shells in there. I will shoot again. Center mass.
Talent die.
All right. All right, here goes nothing. Oh,
So
guess
this
what?
thing fires. What?
I missed a wit roll.
Oh no.
So you fire, and I don't know if it's just with the arm, like the elbow of this thing coming off, throws you off. It kind of knocks the gun just enough, the barrel, as it's pulling its arm out, and the barrel just goes here, and you just shoot where you shot last, right? So you're going for the rest of the head. You end up in the back of the head. It fires. It's going to attack you, Tony, with its free arm. Its free arm comes out, and the wood shatters, and it swipes at you, and you're able to pull back just in time for it to go out. Yours.
Okay, so I missed a wit roll, which triggers my whatever that is.
Read it off to me.
So it triggers stoned. Copious substance abuse has not brought you to enlightenment just yet. I lose a skill die from your dice pool when making a wit check, and may cause hallucinations.
What do you see, Tony?
I see Jamal.
This thing turns towards you and is looking at you. and flesh reconstitutes on its face. And you see Jamal just going at you.
I stumble back. Jamal, don't do that, Jamal. No.
You hear him say that,
And
Jamal.
I take a swing with the shotgun because I don't have.
What? Tony, what are you talking about? We're back. I'm back here.
So you're gonna do a baseball bat action with the shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So that is also a wit roll, right? Or
That'll be a
That's a
grit
grit roll.
roll.
grit roll, yeah.
So you don't get the minus, which is nice.
None of
That's
this is
nice.
nice. Get out of here.
I'm gonna take a luck.
Now you, as a fool, you can spend
Up to
your
three,
entire
right?
bank if you want.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
So how much do you got banked?
I got banked 3. I'll take 2 out of the 3.
All right. So add 2 skill die to this roll.
Okay, here we go.
Well, guess what? You get to bank.
So a couple things. You've got 3, so you could take all 3, put it back in your bank.
Yeah.
You could spend 2 to pull the clock back a minute, or 2 to make a success.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Oh. I'll do 2 to make a success.
Bat does how much damage?
It does 2
2
blunt.
damage. All right. So you swing this thing into its back, and you see its shoulder blades. One of the shoulder blades, both shoulder blades go flying off of this thing as you slam it up against the wall, and the sludge just it's like you're hitting a sack of wet laundry, right? As this thing goes into it, and it's got its free arm. It gets a roll as a reaction. We
It's
want
way
no
overdue.
grit.
It's way overdue.
Its
All right.
arms flailing, but it doesn't get to you.
Jamal, why are you coming after me? Dude.
Yeah, and that's exactly
Stop
what's
it.
going to happen. So it's going to take a swing at you. And it hits. So that is going to do, it's a bash for 2 blunt damage. So this thing
Okay.
knocks you and hits you, and you go back. Does that where are you now damage wise? How much damage have you taken?
That's just 2 points because I healed
Look at
the
you,
last time.
Captain Healthy. Scooter, Jamal, and Jeffrey, you hear all of this. You hear the shotgun shells going off, the firing going off. Tony is outside of your purview.
I'm going to take I'm going to take this opportunity to use the medical kit and try to heal myself, or have someone with a better role heal me, because I'm at 7 health.
So
And
I'll
I'm
look
rolling
over at
into this.
Jamal. I see he's bleeding and he's doing that. And I look at Scooter. I don't know anything about bleeding. And Scooter, can you help Jamal? I'm going to go see what Tony's problem is.
As he's firing.
Yeah. Go see if he can help. Go help.
Jamal, how does the medical kit work?
Let's see. Roll your smart pool. This item heals 2 wounds plus the additional 1 for each smart pool.
All right, so let's let's do that. And you're going to add a 1. You're going to lose a die because of your condition, but because Scooter's there helping you, kind of talking you through, kind of like, what can I do? What can I do? So that'll restore. So just do a straight smart roll.
And I'm going to add my 1 luck.
Drop your luck down to 0
well.
and add a
Yep.
skill die.
All right, here we go. Skills. Come on. Smarts. Add 1. Makes it 4. Here we go. All right.
Very nice. All right, so that's
And
not
I got
going
to
to
look back.
that's not going to heal you any hit points, but it's going to stop the bleed, so you no longer bleed 1.
Okay.
So
That's-
you put like a gauze on there. Scooter's helping you, trying to tape it down, just tearing the tape, medical tape, trying to put it on there, but you can stop the bleed 1. Jeffrey, you come around the corner. There's Tony just baseball batting this zombie with the
I'm just
with
like,
the shotgun.
son of a bitch. And I turn the chainsaw back on. I flick it back on. And I go over there, and I'm going to go at this thing with the chainsaw.
Let's do it.
This is frustrating. Wasting all this gas.
I'll get a lift.
Oh,
We are 1 minute away from half past.
We're all gonna die.
The zombies
Tony's just too close to it, and I can't. I'm like, Tony. He won't let me get in there.
So this thing is flailing at you, Tony, but it does not hit you. It's yours.
So, Jeffrey's flailing at Tony, and Tony sees a zombie. Because I'm assuming I hallucinate till the action's over.
Yep.
And this zombie has a freaking chainsaw. So I just take off running. Probably running back. Let's see. The back of the cabin would be up closer to the woods, right?
Well, so behind the cabin, you have a little bit of non-wooded area that's been cleared out because you've got the showers and the outhouse.
Okay, yeah. So I'll run to the showers.
So you run to the showers. Is the shotgun coming with you?
Yeah.
Okay, you and the shotgun go running towards the showers. Jeffrey.
I'm going to use move. Now that he's away, again, I don't care that this still has one arm on what's his face.
He's got 2 arms on him. But yeah.
Whatever.
Oh, no, it's only got 1 arm, right? It's
Yeah,
got the
because
other
he
arm
was
flailing.
flailing the other one.
Yep.
I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm going back to the group. I'm going to go, Jamal, Scooter, we good? Are we getting down to this boat? Is this our chance?
I think it's our chance. I managed to stop the bleeding, but I'm not doing all that good right now. But the good thing is whatever that juice is, my arm is healed. So
Scooter takes off his jacket and puts it around Jamal, partially as a player because I know has armor, but Jamal needs it because
I love it.
he's got gashes all over him. He's been beaten up, torn up. He needs something to protect him from the
It's
element.
raining. Yeah.
It's raining. He's going to take that, so we'll work out that in a second. But where's Tony? Where the hell is Tony?
I grab him. He's like wandering. I grab his shirt and I drag him over here. I'm like, Tony, are you with us? And I'm shaking you. The gun's like rattling in your hand. I'm shaking you so hard.
I think I'm starting to snap out of it.
Yeah, I agree.
Because everything's over. I think I'm just confused. And first of all, I kind of slapped Jeffrey's arm away from me and just kind of stand there. So, Scooter, the shotgun shells were in the jacket, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
the bag is still outside, so we can always go and grab the rest of the box before we go down to the to the boathouse.
I'm fine. Just leave me
And
alone.
I'm
You
just
were calling
staring at
why were
him
you-
in the rain.
Why were you calling my
and the
name, Tony?
goo.
What's going on?
Guys,
Just leave me alone.
Okay.
Leave me alone.
Come on, we're going to try to get this boat and get out of here. Grab what you can. We'll check the rest of. You said you found shotgun shells in the bag. Let's grab that box. And you got the gas can. Let's go.
so we start hightailing it towards
Yeah.
the fire pit
Alright.
and then down towards the.
So give me just a second. Let me get the counselor's jacket on Jamal. So that's done. Go ahead and delete it off of Scooter.
Okay.
That's got the shotgun shells in it. The storm has increased, right? So the rain is now turning into thunder and lightning. The 4 of you go past the burning barn, past the burning barn. You head down towards Lake Evermore, and there's the boathouse.
I'd like to see on the way down, is dead Jeffrey still there?
It is.
Okay.
And
I
for
just
those
wanted to
watching,
make a
that's
note of it
correct.
because I didn't.
It took me
Jeffrey
half a
to start
second. I'm like,
following me.
are you hallucinating again?
So what do you do, Tony? I'm sorry.
I just want to make sure that dead Jeffrey is dead and not moving
And
around.
Jeffrey is still dead.
Do we hear any more of this humming, whispering, singing as we leave?
You do not. You hear all you hear is the moaning
Jamal, give me a couple
of a sludge
shotgun
zombie
shots.
and the screaming of Jenkins.
Okay.
And the thunder and lightning coming off as the storm turns from rain to a storm.
Okay. I give the shotgun shells to Tony so he can reload the shotgun. And let's go find something to break this chain.
You're holding it.
Oh, sorry. I'm a little wounded.
You guys
lot,
get to the
lot of
boathouse.
excitement. A lot of excitement going on.
You get to the dock. Scooter's got the jerry can. Jamal's got the sledgehammer. No roll needed. Jamal, you break the lock in the chain.
Okay. All right, come on. Everybody get in. Let's get this engine started. And let's just get on the lake and see if we can find a way out of here.
So Jamal, you break the chain. The chain breaks off and the boat kind of floats, and it's super noisy here by the lake. The water and all the rain just hitting the water. It's overwhelming. We see Scooter just trying to pour the gas into this outboard mower that's on the back of this. All the sounds make sense, except for one. It's like an engine sound. And you all look up. And a black helicopter flies over your head, flies over the lake, and then veers off and flies away.
What?
A black helicopter?
Oh, man.
Scooter, was that really a black helicopter?
Yeah, you're not seeing things. That was a
Yeah,
black
yeah.
helicopter.
We all saw the black helicopter. What?
Maybe there's a base off this lake somewhere. Maybe there's... What the hell? What's it doing out here?
I remember my
Jamal, did you?
my dad talking about seeing black helicopters when he was doing his trucking runs, and the strange stuff going on. Usually in between something, he would just miss the activity, but all we see the black helicopter.
Jamal, didn't you find some army patches?
Yeah, I found it in the med kit. You think the army's involved? The military? But it
We're
wouldn't
in
be
their
just
boat, possibly.
But it didn't have any markings of the of any particular branch. You know, it usually has like the Army, Air Force, something on the side, right?
Black helicopters. I mean, that's like Black Ops. They hunt for monsters and aliens
There's
and
plenty
stuff.
for them to do here, and we can get the hell out of here. And I take 1 foot and I step into the boat.
You step in the boat, and Scooter's pulled the jerry can back.
Why didn't they come back and save us?
Put the cap back on.
I agree with Jeffrey for once. I mean,
Took 3 sessions.
I think we should all just get on this boat and get the hell out of here.
Scooter, you pull on the string on the outboard motor, click, 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 and the outboard motor starts.
Scoot jumps in.
Let's get in.
So does Tony, but he's checking to make sure it's not going to sink.
We balance it out.
So the boat, we see the boat leaving the dock. Where's it headed? The storm is raging.
You said there's an island, right?
There's a
In the middle of
large
the lake.
island in this, and to give you a sense, this Lake Evermore, you can see the entire coast. It's not that big of a lake. It's a man-made lake that's from a dammed up river that was used to power the factories from long before the camp. So you can see that, but this island is a good like 100 yard by 100 yard island in the center, and it's got this big tree right in the center of the island.
So
Who's driving
There's
the
no
boat?
like river off the.
The way the lake is,
Jeffrey, we know you're driving the boat.
Oh,
as the boat leaves, Jamal, you look to your left and you can see the dam, right? So the dam is off to your left. It's a good quarter mile maybe away, less than a quarter mile away. And to your right is where your guess where the river led to that's being dammed up to create the lake.
Okay. Let's
Is
let's
that
go
the
upriver.
flight path that the chopper took as it went towards the?
Chopper flew over the island, got to the other side of the lake, and then veered off, and it's now gone in the rain and the clouds and everything. And you can't hear it anymore.
Right.
Who's driving the boat?
apparently I am.
Jeffrey, because his dad's got 4 boats. A yacht.
I
Yeah.
I got a boating license when I was 16. So
Yeah.
Jeffrey, you've got the stick of the outboard motor, which where
it's one of those. Nice.
Yeah,
All right,
where are we
So
steering?
I'm gonna go. We're heading out, and I'm gonna head upriver because I know the dam is not gonna be anything. I'm gonna see if we can get this thing upriver. I just want to get as much space between us and camp as possible.
So you veer to the right, and we see it head up. I need a strange roll from all 4 of you. If we do it one at a time, who wants to go first?
I'll go first since I'm driving. I am out of luck, so it's gonna be straight up.
That's 1 success for Jeffrey. Tony?
I'll spend a luck and do it. Maybe. Here we go.
That's a failure. Jamal,
I screwed that roll
All
up.
right. I'm gonna
Yeah.
use my luck.
how'd you screw it up?
It only rolled 1 die.
Oh,
I was supposed to have. Yeah, I was supposed to
So
have.
that's your
4
one
die.
luck. Then you can roll. Just roll
When I
straight
added
up.
the
then,
luck,
then
I
it
said-
would- then it'll be.
oh,
straight.
okay. So yeah, so
Yeah.
roll however many die you're supposed to roll.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, success. Jamal,
There we go.
All right. I'm gonna use my luck point and add another die.
and you're at a
So,
-1 that puts you even.
Yeah. Oh.
All right, success.
Yeah.
Scooter. All the dice.
Yeah, either you're welcome or I'm sorry. I don't know
Two
what this is going to
successes.
equate to.
2 successes. That's all that matters.
5
It only-
total, so I don't
It
know.
only ticks on a
Yeah.
failure.
Oh,
So the boat heads off, and the only thing the 4 of you notice is kind of a mist that's now settled and kind of floating over the lake, and it's not touching the lake. It's very thin, but it wasn't there when you were down here before. And the pelting of this storm rain is cutting into the mist, but the mist reconstitutes very quickly. You guys head essentially to the right, following the coast. It's all dense woods. Up above is just darkness from the clouds. You see the flashing every once in a while, the flashing of the lightning, and you hear the thunder in the distance. You head towards what has to be the mouth of this river as it enters into Lake Evermore, and all you see are rapids that are pouring into this lake. So the boat is not going to be able to go upriver.
yeah. So I kept the engine quick and see it. And I just kind of sit there and I turn back and I look at everyone like, what are we going to do?
The island is the only.
We gotta go to the island.
You gotta go to the
'Cause I'm
island.
not going back.
Gotta
to
stay
camp.
away
Yeah.
from those monsters.
Yeah, at least we have the water to as a barrier. So
Mhm.
So I give it a little gas. I kind of go a little bit further, like hoping, like just staring, like there's got to be something better than just going to the island. And then I feel defeated and 180 and go back through the mist, I guess, and towards the island.
Do we see any kind of lights? Anything up in the bank, in the hill banks? Any kind of building structures? Anything?
Just woods, and this is like a river valley, right? So the woods rise up on all sides of this lake.
At least if we're on the island, we won't be near those things. So
Yeah.
I guess it's we'll wait for morning, I guess.
So the boat heads towards the island. And as you start to get close enough that you can see the edge of this island, the island is a pretty good sized island. It might be 30, 40 yards in diameter. And as you start to get closer, you start to realize that it seems to be like a mixture of debris and mud, and it looks like an island that's formed over time just by things collecting around maybe this huge tree that's in the center of it. And you can see even some of the roots of this tree at the very edge of this island as you approach. So it doesn't feel like it's like a land island as much as just this debris that's collected around the roots of this huge tree over time.
All right.
okay.
Well, at least it'll keep us out of the rain if we're at least under the canopy. So I slow it down. I try to drift into the island.
And the boat kind of drifts in. You come to where you can kind of catch one of the roots on the edge of this island. The storm is still going. You can still hear the thunder. You can still hear the rain. It's just you guys are soaked. You guys are absolutely soaked. Jamal, your wound is the gauze is red from all the blood that it's absorbed. And Jamal, for the first time, you kind of you set down that sledgehammer inside of the boat, right? And just kind of let go of it, and still wrapped around the head of the sledgehammer is that rib cage, that rib cage of that sludge zombie thing. And the water has now kind of cleaned off that rib cage. So what was all black and tar, you can see kind of like this murky tar puddle that's kind of in the center of the boat. That's a combination of the rain that's filled, and it's not sinking or anything. You guys are fine. It's just the boat's filling with water because it's raining like crazy. But it's kind of got like this dark murkiness from the sludge dripping off of Scooter and the sludge dripping off of Jeffrey and off the shotgun and off of the head of things. But you now have this clean white rib cage. It's kind of entangled itself around the head of this sledgehammer. But intertwined into it is cloth. Orange cloth.
Oh man. You see the cloth, right? Someone has definitely been out here before. I don't know what's going on, but I'm really scared right now, and I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm really scared. I don't know I don't know what's going on. And I'm not just scared for me, but I'm scared for all of us. Because I think we've been set up to fail, and I think we've been set up to be killed.
I told you guys this was bullshit.
Yes, I know you had to say that, Jeffrey. But I
Jeffrey,
understand.
what did the judge have against your dad?
I mean,
Is
besides,
there anything else?
did he sleep with his wife? Did he kick
No,
his
but
cat? What?
I mean, I did hear on the phone once my dad talking to somebody about him and said there was something wrong with him. I didn't know what that meant. I don't know if this has anything to do with it. I didn't think anything of it. I just thought, maybe politically or just he was uncouth or something like that. But apparently there's something wrong with this guy. But I don't know. No idea.
Well, we need to.
We got to do something so that we got to build
Fort?
a fort or something. We got to do
Dude,
something.
we're getting out of here. We just gotta wait for the rain
Got
to
to do
stop.
something.
We gotta wait.
Where we gotta go?
I don't know. We're gonna
Where we
hang out on
gonna
the
go?
island. Wait for the rain to stop. Check out tomorrow morning. At least those things are over there. They're not here.
Well, let's make sure that we pull this boat as far as we can on the shore. We don't need it drifting off.
It's a good idea.
So, because I'm not I can swim, but I'm not swimming in this lake after Jeffrey almost got dragged under the water by something.
Yeah, there's snakes in here. Huge snakes.
So why aren't they on the island? They'd be on the island.
When did you
then too,
become
right?
snake expert guy? When did that happen, Tony?
Because I'm a freaking idiot savant, man.
He's like Mutual Omaha's Wild Kingdom over here. Let's just get the boat. Let's see if we can find a dry patch and strike
your
some
way onto this
matches.
island coast, right onto this shore-ish thing of this island, and you pull the boat up, and you're able to get the boat dry with enough effort, so it's not the motor's hanging off the very end, but it's not in the lake anymore. There's all kinds of vegetation that's grown over time. It's pretty dense, but it's not forest. There's no trees. There's just a lot of bushes and weeds and uncut, just tall grass that's gone to seed. You're standing there. It's about 6 o'clock at night now. It's dark from the storm, but it's getting darker because the sun is starting to set. As you're standing there, though, who has the highest smarts?
Wasn't that Scooter or no?
I have 3 in smarts.
I have 3 in smarts as well.
3.
So Scooter and Jamal, you both at the same time are kind of looking. You're just automatically drawn to the center of this tree that seems to be making up this island, and hard to see through the rain and the vegetation and everything, but you would swear you could see the top of what has to be some sort of camouflaged canvas tent that seems to be near the base of this tree. Maybe a good 40 yards from where you're standing.
Guys?
You see that too, right?
Yeah. We should check that out.
Yeah, any port in a storm, we'll die from the elements if we stay out in this rain all night.
Yeah, that's a shelter.
Yeah.
Pending nobody else is there.
I get the shotgun ready and kind of hold it up, even though I don't know what I'm doing.
Tony, go check it out. Make sure that
Me?
sure there's nothing in it. You got the shotgun. Jamal's all busted up. Check it out.
So I do.
By yourself?
I'm going with you, Tony.
Let's
No,
not
I'm
go
going
with
with
you.
Tony. No,
Golly.
we'll
Jeffrey,
split in
put
half.
your tool
Not
back
in
in the
solos.
box, man. Golly.
Tony's had quite a bit to smoke today, so he's going to do whatever. So I'm going to walk
you're starting to navigate
Uh.
through all of these weeds and grass and vegetation, and Scooter and Jamal are right with you. Jeffrey's by the boat.
Yeah, I'll
Staying
hang.
there.
I'll wait. No, I don't want to stay there. I'm making sure I'm taking the chainsaw, but
Okay.
I'm pulling up the
jury-
rear. I'm
Yeah, get
I'm
the.
following them.
Yeah, get
I don't
the
want
gas.
Tony to shoot me. I've watched them shoot. He can only hit if he puts the front of the gun against something. Like, what is that?
As I
Jamal,
go
you're
along,
taking
I am.
the sledgehammer, I assume.
Oh, most definitely.
You guys kind
As
of
I
work
go
your way
along, I'm
through.
keeping a look for the mushrooms and things.
Okay.
Again,
Yeah,
Not-
this is like,
Focus.
and the ground is treacherous, right? Because it's a mixture of mud and grime and torn up woods and branches. Like this is not an island of land. It's an island of debris that has collected around the roots of this huge tree. And you guys are working your way through. And when you finally get to the base of this tree, and it's the only really non-pine tree you've seen while you've been here, you see this tent that's under the canopy of this large like oak tree, and it is definitely a military tent. It's canvas, it's large, maybe a 7-8 man tent. Easily someone could be standing inside of it. It's tall, right? You see the canvas flap is closed. You can see a rusted metal pipe coming out of the top of the tent with smoke.
Go get him, Tony.
So Tony's watched enough TV shows, the A-Team, whatever. So he's kind of quietly sneaking up and trying to get to where the flap of the tent is. Sticks out the shotgun and flips it back.
Now, are we trying to peek in? Are we thrown the thing open? What's happening here, Tony?
I'm throwing it open, but I'm not looking in yet. I just want to, because if there's somebody's going to shoot me, I want them to shoot through the hole first and not get me.
Good thing I'm last.
You take the front of that shotgun and you kind of flip the
Yeah.
canvas up, and the canvas flips up for a second and comes back down again. And in that moment, you see inside.
Mm-hmm.
You can see what it must have been like a small wood burning stove, because you could see the light of the fire that's obviously generating that smoke. You saw the pipe that's raising outside of the tent. You saw tables. You think you saw a bunk, but you weren't sure. But you definitely saw someone standing with their back to the door in what can only be described as like a white lab coat with long blonde hair. The four of you are outside as the flap closes.
Mm-hmm. Wait. There's somebody in there.
Duh.
There's a girl in
Jeffrey's like, oh. Time to turn on the charm.
there. So Tony being Tony walks up to the door and goes, I go, knock, knock, knock.
It's just against the canvas. It doesn't.
I say
you
knock.
say knock.
knock.
Oh my
Oh, you
god!
say
yeah.
knock. And you hear a voice go, "Oh, come in."
Okay.
We
Okay.
all look at each other at the same time, like, what the?
So, like, I'm
Right.
getting ready to
I
pull the
walked in. She
chainsaw.
asked
Like,
me to
I'm
come
ready.
in, so
All right. Let's go
Tony
in.
walks in.
Yeah.
So Tony, you pull the flap up
Mm-hmm.
and you
I'm
walk
right
in.
behind Tony.
The
Jamal's right
shotgun
behind
is
you.
down.
Of course.
Yeah.
Shotgun is down. Where's Jeffrey and Scooter?
Third in line.
Scooter's next. I'm last with the chainsaw, hand on the thing on the.
The four of you, single file like lemmings, walk in to this military tent. It's a mess. The ground is this soil, root, wood conglomerate. There's these tables. you see a pile of military like metal plates on one of the tables, and you see the person that Tony talked about standing there, and it was a woman's voice. You see the long blonde hair, you see what appears to be a lab coat, and she goes, have a seat.
Oh, okay.
I do not sit.
Has she turned around yet?
She has not.
I'm standing by the flap. I'm the last one in, and I do not sit down.
Just kind of move around towards the bunks, just to give me a little space, just in case something jumps off.
Hey, who are you? What you doing out here?
I'm studying. I'm Dr. Terry Wolcombe. I haven't talked to anybody in a while.
She still hasn't
She
turned
still has
around,
not
right?
turned around. Are you hungry?
Yeah. I'm Tony, and I walk up and kind of reach out my hand, and
Tony, you start to walk.
I know she's facing the back, but I'm trying to poke, and
You start to walk towards her, kind of navigating through these series of tables that she has set up in this tent. She goes, "Hi, Tony." And as she starts to turn around, a couple things happen. One, she says, "Have you met the Warden of the Woods yet?" And as those words leave her mouth, you see her face. Now, the left side of it is maybe a woman in her mid-40s. Attractive woman. The right side of her face is covered when it only can be described as tumors growing on tumors, growing on tumors. Who's going to say it?
Yuck.
Yeah. Jeffrey thought he was going to get the Mac on.
I was ready. I'm ready to roll.
Let's go to credits. We'll be back to talk about the game. We'll be right back. Woo! A lot happened in session 3. So for those of you watching after the credits, we talk meta. We step out of our characters and we talk to the players that are playing these characters. We're going to go through a thing called Stars and Wishes. That comes from the Gauntlet group by Jason Cordova. Stars are going to be moments that really stood out for them. And it could be another character's performance, their performance, a moment that really just burns in their brain. When were each of my players the most in? Right? They weren't playing a streaming game online. They were in the woods fighting zombies. That's what we want to know with Stars. And then with Wishes, I want to learn for the players, what are they hoping for? What are they hoping to see in future sessions? And that could be things that they've already seen, they want to see more of because they loved it, or things that they haven't seen that they want to see going forward. We'll also have thoughts and comments to start that off. Last but not least, for those of you that are watching live, I'd love to see in the comments, in the chat, your stars and wishes as we're playing through. And for those of you that are watching on video on demand on YouTube, in the comments section, we'd love to hear your stars and wishes as well. That as you've been watching here for the last couple hours. I'm gonna start with you, Nick. Let's start with thoughts, then stars and wishes.
Oh, amazing session. I'm so happy we've been able to hit so many so quickly that we're able to just hone in on our interaction, and it's showing our commitment to the game and what's coming out of it. So I really appreciate that. And then the story that you've crafted, Craig, is pretty awesome. I'm stoked. I want more, and it's been a great ride so far.
All right, so star moment, stars or star moment.
Star Kevin just nailed his character this game. Just whether it was beneficial to the, like, as a player you go, oh, I should be doing X, Y, and Z, and then but as a character they may not do X, Y, and Z or Z, and he just played it perfectly. And I found myself just admiring when he was in play and talking and doing his stuff, as opposed to, oh crap, what's my character doing? So it was great. So great job.
There's
Thank you.
a lot of character in character, which doesn't surprise me with the quality of the players that we have. But yeah, like you know, and that's why I feel very comfortable saying, you know, what do you see? Right? If he's the one doing the hallucination, I don't feel as the GM that I have to tell him what he hallucinates. I know whatever I thought was going to be second to whatever Kevin would come up with, and Kevin wouldn't do it for advantage, which he did, which I thought was great. What are you wishing for, Nick? What are you hoping for in the next session or two?
I want to know what the hell this Warden of the Woods is. Like, you know, on public access, I want to know what this big man is. That's this over. That's what this is. Like, I want to know what this big. What the are we dealing with? And so I'm excited to get more out of that. I'm hoping we last long enough as characters and to get all the story. And I figure worst case scenario, we know you, so we'll ask you after we're dead. But yeah, that's what I wish for. Is I want to know more.
You've got all, when you think about it though, you've got all the time in the world. You've got at least another minute on the Doom clock before we get half past.
Yeah, we burned through tonight's clock. That's for damn sure.
You're welcome.
How about for you, Troy? Let's start off with thoughts.
Well, you know, it's the Doom clock is so, it's like in the background, but it's like right in front of you. Like, you know that, like I said in the first session, every roll is critical.
Yeah.
Because it just takes a failure with a couple of strange die, and that clock is ticking, and it's opening up the gates of hell. And I'm like, oh, it's just one zombie. Oh no, it's 4 zombies. Oh, thanks, Craig. You're the best.
So to pull back the curtain, the quarter day of the quarter on the clock, quarter past on the clock, was 3 things. It was the storm. So it's going to be raining for the rest of this scenario. It is the appearance of these sludge zombies. Luckily, I had a chance to give you a little bit of a preview when I showed you the one that was in the ground still. And then we don't know the third one yet. The third one has happened, but our players have not encountered the third event that I tied to quarter past. There's a whole nother series of stuff tied to half past, which we're a minute away from. How about stars then, Troy? What was the moment that you felt the deepest?
Jeffrey, Lou, when Jeffrey got just so fed up, and after I told him to cowboy up, he's like, "Yeah, okay, I got something for you." So that's when I was like, "Yeah, that's that." As I say, it's not a symphony here; it's more of a jazz session, a jazz jam session, and everybody's just riffing off each other. He's like, "Oh, I'll do this now," and it's like, "Okay, yeah, let me do this." So, you know, when I told him I smell bitch, he's like, "Oh, okay, I got your bitch right here."
Yeah.
Because you know, Jamal is supposed to be the combat guy, but he is horrible at combat.
You're a danger magnet, and apparently,
so,
just the grit dice just hate you.
Yeah, the grit dice do hate me. So my wish is my Grithite starting to love me.
That's your
Okay.
wish.
Because
Now,
although it makes good drama and good tension that the clock is moving, I don't want to be the cause of all the drama.
and the one thing to keep in mind, like if you go back and watch, like Jamal did some damage with that damn sledgehammer. It took
Yeah,
a bit to get there, but
yeah.
so you were critical. You did have a huge impact on things, but man, oh man, the appetizer was terrible before we got to the main course.
Yeah, I need some healing too. I definitely need some.
Yeah, you're
I'm
hurting.
half.
You're
I'm
hurting.
at 7. So
We found a doctor.
yeah, yeah. She'll put some gloves on and everything will be all right.
Oh boy, Kevin. Let's start
Yeah.
with thoughts.
It was a lot of fun. This is kind of what I was hoping Shiver would be, because it felt like we were in the movie Living Dead. And it was just a lot of fun. Feeding Jamal the stuff that was left outside of the door.
I thought you were gonna kill him. I'm like, he's dead.
And Jamal, I did too, actually. And Jamal actually drinking it. That was
Yeah, hey,
hilarious.
I was desperate.
Was that your star?
Yeah. So I think my star is that whole situation in the cabin, right? Because I mean, it was like the movie. You had them breaking through the walls. They were coming through the front door, and then they took after Jamal. It was hilarious. So, and we were just packed in there so tight, and we're just kids. We don't know how to fight.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed that a lot. So,
And what are you wishing for in the next session or two?
I want to know what's going to happen at half past. I have a feeling it's not going to be cool.
Kevin is what?
That's one roll away.
Don't worry, I got you.
I know somebody's got me.
Give Jamal something to hit.
Right.
I just love I grew up on these kind of movies and things,
great,
and so
yeah.
I just
Really
I love this whole environment.
So
So
tropey. It's
I just want to see what's coming next. I mean, it can't just be sludge zombies. It's got to be something else. I mean, the rats seemed like they were not just rats, and so now we met this doctor with the tumors all over her face. Who we'll see. It was also creepy finding the orange cloth on the rib cage.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right, Lou, thoughts?
So much fun. So much fun. Every failed roll, every passed roll, chaos. We all play this like Kevin said because it's a trope. We want the trope, and you gave it to us. So thank you.
Yeah.
My star is the interaction with Jeffrey and Tony this episode. It escalated from last episode. I want to tackle him in the rain. I want to slap him. I just want to I love it. I'm like, this guy is not here right now. There's some crap going down, and this guy, I don't know where he is. I love it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's great. My wish is an NPC I don't want to kill. That's my wish.
All right. So last but not least, I'll do my stars and wishes. So stars, great table. I love that you guys just all leaned in. We talk about the tropes, like you know what you signed up for, and we're playing that game, and that makes me really happy. I'm gonna have to star Shiver though, because I feel like mechanically we are being helped in putting this together and this story that's emerging from play, and I think it's being mechanically supported, which I really love. I've talked about it before. I grossly underestimated how much of a presence that Doom clock has when I read this game. When you see it played, like it just matters so much, and it just creates that crazy feeling of doom that comes over it. And I love that each of my players are like, what is happening at half past, because quarter past kind of sucked. And
right.
It took
I
us
keep
2
staring
sessions.
at that one white dot. I cannot stare at the one white dot that's left. I can't.
We go through 2 sessions. We don't get to quarter past. We trip over quarter past the beginning of session 3. All hell breaks loose, and now we're almost at half past, which is pretty crazy. Wishes for me. More, we're playing more. We've got this scheduled regularly now, which makes you really happy. So you're going to see a lot more of us. So you obviously go to the socials to find out when the next session is. I do want to pause though before we leave. One, we got a winner from our giveaway. So big thank you to Parable Games. Last session, they gave us a GM screen and some dice that got dropped in the mail. It's headed over to the viewer that won that. So I appreciate Parable Games for doing that. I want to get a sense from my players. I need to hear some theories. Like what the F is going on here?
I think that strange voice that is helping us. I think there's some sort of, and I could be wrong. That could be that third thing that's just going to chew our face off. But the fact that we got the something's luring us in a direction in the woods. The anatomically incorrect version of Scooter, but close enough. We get the hint. And then the magic jar of jungle juice that fixes zombie bites. Like it wasn't Bo Jenkins. And so what is this that's happening? Is there a light to the dark that's hitting us hard? And that's what I'm excited. Part of me as a player wanted to run the other direction when we got out of that girls' cabin and see if there's something that's going to help us on that side as opposed down to the water. But as a player, I wouldn't have connected that yet, or as a character yet. But that's in the back of my mind. I want to know more about that. Is that something that we could use in our benefit?
Yeah, I agree. I feel like there's. Go ahead.
I think it's a government experiment, as usual, gone wrong, and they're probably out here doing some genetic testing, some military testing, and this area is their proving ground, and it's just an experiment that's gone bad. Especially since we met the doctor with Two-Face over here with the tumors on her face.
What do you think the voices are, Troy? The singing.
I want to go back to the siren's call. It's calling us, but calling us and helping us. But what is its intention? Because it can be helpful and be like the gingerbread house, and next thing you know, we're thrown into the oven making cookies, and we're made into cookies.
Yeah.
So,
what were you going to say, Kevin?
Yeah, I feel like there's something good out there. When we thanked it for the medicine, you could kind of see it. I was worried we screwed it up when Rangers started shooting. I really don't know what's going on yet. I think it has something to do with the cannery, because that was built there. First of all, why'd you build a cannery in the middle of nowhere? So I don't know. What were they canning?
So that's the theory I have. Is I think that cannery was a front for like military, like biohazard stuff because of all this sludge in the earth, and it's seeped into the earth. But the voices and all that stuff, I have no idea. I thought a million things. I was thinking fairies. I was thinking children that escaped and then they're like all mutated. Like my mind just keeps constantly going. I have no idea. Jeffrey doesn't care. So you guys can go talk to the voices. But Lou wants to find out, so you guys can figure it out, but Jeffrey doesn't care.
That's why we need to go mushroom hunting.
The next one you go to pick up, I'm just going to step on your hand and crush the knuckles as you go to pick it up.
All right, folks, when we come back, we're going to be talking to level 3 characters. We'll see everybody
sweet.
when we get back. Take care.
Thank you.
Howdy, friends. Thank you for watching. All our content is archived and organized in playlists on the Third Floor Wars YouTube channel. Check it out. And if you could like, follow, subscribe, and even set your notifications to this channel on YouTube and Twitch, we'd appreciate it, and it'll make sure that you catch all of our content. I talk with creators, designers, and experts across the gaming landscape in every episode of our podcast, Tabletop Talk. Open up your favorite podcatcher and search for Tabletop Talk from Third Floor Wars. Support your creators. They make the content you love, and it's your support that makes it happen. If you want to help us, go to Third Floor Wars on patreon.com, and you can help us for as little as $1 a month. Thanks again. We'll see you next time. Take care.